country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR from Don Juan Cigar Bar, presented by Pinhook Bourbon. We'll have craft cocktails, whiskey samples, previewing the Tigers and the Aggies. Join us for AFR 3 to 6, presented by Pinhook Bourbon.
I'm John Ryder. Quarterback Lamar Jackson was a full participant in Ravens practice today. He's missed the last 2 games with a hamstring injury. Head coach John Harbaugh declined to say whether the 2-time MVP would start on Sunday when Baltimore hosts Chicago. With Bryce Young dealing with a sprained ankle, the Panthers will start 15-year veteran Andy Dalton at quarterback for Sunday's game against Buffalo. Dalton on getting the start.
Yeah, I mean, I think every opportunity I get to be out there, I'm going to enjoy every moment. You never know how many you're going to get, and so for me, I'm just excited. If I get to be out there to get a chance to play, I was excited. Obviously, you hate that Bryce got hurt in the game, but I get to be in there, get to be be a part of it and kind of impact the game. So every chance you get, you look forward to it.
Panthers going for their 4th straight win when they host the Bills, and on ESPN Radio on Sunday at noon Eastern. Dodgers looking to become the first team to win back-to-back World Series titles since the late 90s Yankees. They start that quest tonight in Game 1 in Toronto against the Blue Jays, and right here on ESPN Radio at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Monday from the NFL to college football and, of course, the World Series. I'll recap it all in my Upon Further review at 7 a.m. Eastern. It's Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride! Oh!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR. We are live from Don Juan Cigar Bar. Today we are presented by our friends over at Pinhook Bourbon. Get on by craft cocktails, samples, premium cigars, and we are counting you down to Tigers and Aggies from Don Juan Cigar Bar. We got a ton to do. Phil Steele in 15 minutes, Theriot next hour. We got picks, we got previews, we got injury reports, we got all of it. Let us begin, as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
LSU heads into this matchup with Texas A&M, and with about 48 hours from kickoff, Brian Kelly on his radio show Thursday night made an interesting proclamation that was a 180 from what he said earlier in the week. Now, we knew LSU's starting left tackle Tyree Adams was not going to play in this game. Injured his ankle against Vanderbilt last week in Nashville. He had already been declared out for this week. But what we didn't know was the severity of the injury and what they're going to do at left tackle. We thought we knew, but Brian Kelly first gave an update on Adams and the severity there.
He had a tightrope surgery, which is the surgery that they do for high ankle sprains. So he had that surgery on Tuesday. And that generally takes 4 to 5 weeks to come back. So maybe we'll have him by the end of the year, maybe not.
Okay, so you're going to be without Tyree Adams for a month. I mean, you figure 4 to 5 weeks. You're talking about being injured, having the surgery on Tuesday, a week before A&M, your open date, Bama, Arkansas, Western Kentucky, and then Oklahoma. So somewhere in that mid-end of November, possibly you could have him back. But the reality is you're going to go a month with a different option at left tackle. And that's where this gets really interesting, because Brian Kelly also on his radio show broke a little news that it's going to be the true freshman at left tackle.
We're going to start Carius Curne at left tackle. So there's a true freshman on one side, and then there's a redshirt freshman tackle on the other. So the tackles have to be able to handle their two defensive ends, 50 and 9. They are hard, physical ends, and we think Carius gives us the best chance to do that with his physicality. Again, he's a true freshman, so there's going to be some mistakes. We're going to have to live with some of those, but he's going to fight his butt off, and that's what I like about him.
Okay. By the way, I fully agree with Brian Kelly that Carius Curne is going to fight his butt off, and that's what they like about him. That's what I like about him. However, just 3 days prior, when Brian Kelly met with reporters on Monday, that is not what he said. Because Brian Kelly on Monday said that DJ Chester was going to play left tackle. Remember when Adams was injured against Vanderbilt after 15 snaps? It was Chester who played the remainder of the game at left tackle, and Brian Kelly explained, this was Monday, this is 3 days prior. 3 days prior, Brian Kelly explaining why they were going with Chester.
Well, that's the best fit for us as 5. For the 5 guys that we're going to put out there. That's our best situation. Moving Josh over there is not going to do it for us. DJ's played a full game there at tackle already. This year, as you know, he played the entire Florida game. Based upon that, and he virtually played the entire game against Vanderbilt, other than the first 12 plays. He had one stumble where his foot got caught in the ground on the turf, and we had a sack that was given up. But by and large, he did what was expected of him, and I have confidence that he can go out there and do the job. Like I said, they've got an outstanding pass rusher over there. 9 or 50 is pretty good too. We'll have to help. We'll have to do some things to get the ball out quickly. But I feel like if we do that, we've got a guy that's played a lot of football.
So, Monday, Chester, they wanted the experience over there at left tackle. Brian Kelly was also asked again, this is Monday. Monday, they were going with Chester at left tackle. And he was asked, hey, why not Carius Curne?
As it relates to Carius, we're in a situation now where, we've got a matchup this weekend against a veteran team and, a great pass rusher, certainly. And Carius is coming on. But to throw a true freshman in there, I don't want to put him in that situation. I could see him playing, but I prefer to play a guy that's had a lot of experience at that position. And knowing that whoever's at that position with number 9, you've got to help. You got to get somebody that chips. You got to put a tight end over there, elongate the pocket. You've got to do a lot of things in the pass game to help whoever's playing over there.
All right, 9 is Cassius Howell. That's who he's talking about. He's the transfer from Bowling Green. He leads the SEC in sacks. As a matter of fact, Texas A&M is first in the SEC, averaging 4 sacks a game. Their pass rush is really good. And so, yes, having experience on the offensive line would be beneficial. However, we all watched DJ Chester this past week against Vanderbilt play a game at left tackle, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Now he said Brian Kelly said Chester's foot got caught in the turf on that sack. He got flat backed is what happened. You want to stand up for your guy. Everyone always says Brian Kelly crushes guys in the media. He basically gave Chester a scapegoat right there where Chester got flat backed by a defensive end. But in any event, Chester's pass blocking grade from PFF was a 37.9 against Vanderbilt. Weston Davis, by the way, was a 23.7. They're going in the wrong direction. You want to talk about Carius Curne? And by the way, I'm going to talk about Chester here in a second. You want to talk about Curne? True freshman, works all fall camp at left tackle. Ole Miss on the road. Davis gets a concussion pregame. 15 minutes before kickoff, Curne finds out he's starting at right tackle, the place he hadn't played yet this year. He ends up starting, and Curne plays 62 snaps, all 62 snaps at right tackle, grades out at a 63.9. His pass blocking grade was an 80.3. He was awesome. Curne was awesome at a place where you've been bad all year. Why? Because he's a tackle. Let me break this down simply as I possibly can. A lot of people crack on DJ Chester because last year he was the weak link in your offensive line at center. And that's true. He was. Because DJ Chester isn't a center. He's 6'6", 320. He is a guard. He is not the guy you want putting his hand on the football every play, calling out the mic, getting your protections. You want DJ Chester to get in a three-point stance, to have a defensive lineman lined up over him, and to just move bodies or at least get in the way. That's what you want from DJ Chester. At a tackle spot, you're on an island. You have to kick slide. You have to be athletic enough to get to a spot to beat a defensive end. Like, you either have that skill set or you don't. I don't care how many games you've played. DJ Chester is not a tackle. He is not a center. He is a guard. Eventually, hopefully, during DJ Chester's career, they'll play him at guard. Because when they do, he's going to be really good. Just like we had the same conversation with Sage Ryan for years. They're playing Sage Ryan at nickel. They're playing Sage Ryan at boundary corner. Like, he ain't a corner. He's a safety. He had his best year at LSU last year playing safety. Not great, not all conference, but it was his best year because he was in his natural position. Eventually, hopefully, they play DJ Chester at guard because he is a guard. Carius Curne is a 6'6", 320-pound human that can do a backflip. He is plenty big, strong, mean, physical, athletic enough to play tackle and to move bodies. He is a tackle. So play the tackle at tackle. Yes, I love this decision. This isn't just because they're announcing it today and I'm trying to sunshine pump. I've been saying this for at least a month now that Curne is one of your best 5. It's been very apparent that Carius Curne is one of your best 5 linemen. I would have liked to have seen them replace Weston Davis weeks ago at right tackle with Carius Curne, certainly after the performance he had against Ole Miss. They have not done that. We've continued to see Weston Davis struggle. They've stuck with it. Brian Kelly's gone on the record saying they're continuing to play Weston Davis because he needs the reps. He'll keep getting better, and I believe Davis has the skill set. He does. He's got the athleticism and the skill set. He's just not there yet. He's having to play early as a young guy that's probably not ready to play. Curne looks ready to play. And I'll take some lumps if, look, you give up sacks to Cassius Howell. If it doesn't go great, okay, I'll live with that because I know that dude's ceiling is super high. And here's the other thing I know. You got a month. You got a month before Tyree Adams comes back. So that dude can go park it at left tackle and not look over his shoulder and just go play free and loose and with reckless abandon and wreck people out there at left tackle and keep getting better. I'm excited to see what that looks like for Carius Curne. LSU's offensive line will be better with Carius Curne on the field because he is one of their 5 best offensive linemen. And oh, by the way, he spent all of fall camp running at left tackle. Adams was the first team left tackle. Curne was the second team left tackle. He spent all fall camp at left tackle. He is a tackle. Play the tackle at tackle. I don't know how it's going to look Saturday. It may not go great. A&M has got a really, I just told you they lead the SEC with an average of 4 sacks per game. They're top 10 in the country in sacks and TFLs. It's a really good defensive front. It may not go awesome. And if it doesn't, okay. But they'll have a bye. They'll play Alabama. And when they play Alabama, Carius Curne's going to be starting at left tackle on the road in Tuscaloosa. And he may never give up that spot again because he's that good with that high of a ceiling. He's one of your 5 best, and he needs to be on the field. So, Curne, I would love to know how they arrived at this decision, by the way. From Monday, when Brian Kelly definitively said, DJ Chester is your starter because they want the experience. They don't want to put Curne in that spot. 72 hours later on his radio show, they're starting Carius Curne because they like his athleticism and his physicality and all that stuff. What changed over those 3 days? I will be fascinated to ask Brian Kelly that question on Monday when we get the opportunity. But Tigers, Aggies, it'll be a true freshman, Carius Curne, playing left tackle, and I think that's a good thing. All right, it's After Further Review. We're here from Don Juan Cigar Bar, and we are presented by Pinhook Bourbon. Y'all check out pinhookbourbon.com. Come on by Don Juan. We got craft cocktails. We got Pinhook Bourbon samples as well. Love telling you about the Pinhook Bourbon story. Amazing. Their master blender actually lives in New Orleans. Their staples are their rye, their bourbon, and their cash strength bourbon. That's the green, orange, and purple wax. You'll see them at great retailers. If you don't see it, ask for it. Ask for it at bars as well. Your favorite watering holes. It's Pinhook Bourbon bringing you Friday's show from Don Juan Cigar Bar. Okay. Quick break. We'll come back. Phil Steele is with us. 2 segments previewing and picking the biggest games of the college football weekend. We'll do it with Phil Steele as we continue here on a Football Friday edition of AFR from Don Juan Cigar Bar.
After Further Review.
All right, y'all. Weekend is here. And you got a night kickoff in Tiger Stadium with LSU and Texas A&M. That means you got all day Saturday to check off your honeydews. All day Saturday to decorate for Halloween next weekend. All day Saturday to get in the yard, do whatever type of cleaning, landscaping you may need to do, which means you got all day Saturday to get by Clegg's Nursery. Any of the 4 locations. Segan Air Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Tell you all the time to bypass the big box store. Bypass the big orange and blue box store. Support great local retailers that have supported our communities for decades. Clegg's Nursery is right there. Hey, look, pumpkins, pumpkins, pumpkins. Halloween's a week from today. You need pumpkins for carving, for baking, for decorating, for painting. You want to have a pumpkin painting party? Go to Clegg's Nursery and get all the pumpkins, all the different sizes, shapes. Buy local, shop local at Clegg's Nursery.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient. And you will have your pool in no time.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR from Don Juan Cigar Bar, presented by Pinhook Bourbon. We'll have craft cocktails, whiskey samples, previewing the Tigers.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Well, Phil's computer has been peacocking around the office all week. The computer had Vandy. Phil liked LSU. Phil, thank you for the time as always. Hopefully it hasn't been too rough of a week for you around the office.
Yeah, I had to wear a Vanderbilt tie to work on Monday, and the computer has not let me know, or it's not let me forget what I liked last week. But you know what? The week will be over pretty soon.
Oh man. Well, hopefully hopefully the Tigers can get on track. We'll get to LSU and A&M. Coming up in just a little bit. We always love previewing the biggest games of the college football weekend with Phil Steele. You can get him at philsteele.com, STEELE, philsteele.com. Phil, I don't know if this is one of the biggest ones, but I am intrigued. And the big 12:15 kickoff, UCLA is at Indiana. Indiana's undefeated. They're a 25.5-point favorite. But UCLA is fascinating because since they fired their coach, they've won 3 in a row, and they're coming off a bye here. So UCLA, can they make this a game in Bloomington?
The amazing thing is they both played Michigan State in the last 2 games, and they both won by the identical score, 38-13.
Okay.
So you'd have to say, wow, UCLA's got a shot here, right? I just think Indiana's the way better team, and UCLA took advantage of a Penn State team off a loss. They took advantage of a Michigan State team that's been struggling, and Maryland as well. And the Maryland game, they needed a late score to pull out the win. I just think Indiana is playing great football right now, both sides of the ball. Cignetti will put the hammer down when given the opportunity. And, even last week, he put the hammer down in the fourth quarter. They got a field goal to get ahead of the spread. I felt really good about my Indiana play. And then Michigan State kicks a doggone field goal down by 25 points down by 28 points with 33 seconds left, and we don't cover. But I like Indiana to win the game. I don't know about the spread, though.
Okay.
I think UCLA might be able to stay within the spread, but it wouldn't be one of my favorite plays of the week.
Got it. One of the ones that I'm most fascinated in the entire weekend, Phil, is Ole Miss at Oklahoma. Ole Miss finally tripped up on the road at Georgia. Now they got to go to another tough road environment against a really good defense. Ole Miss in Norman against Oklahoma. Sooners 5.5. How do you see it?
Well, Matt, I had Oklahoma, my number one surprise team in the country this year, and they got a tough schedule coming up, but I think they got to get this one. It's going to be rainy for the game, but I really like the defense that Oklahoma has. They're holding opponents to 141 yards per game below their average, so a large edge on that side of the ball. And I know Chambliss has had some great success early on, but you might be getting caught up to a little bit. Team seeing what he can do. I think Oklahoma's got the defense to do that. And I think John Mateer, whereas he was not 100% against Texas, still not 100% against South Carolina, I think he's a little closer to 100% here. I like the Sooners minus the points at home.
All right, Sooners laying 5.5. That would be 2 in a row for the Rebs. Phil Steele's with us. One that maybe is a bit off a lot of people's radar, Phil, but is playoff implications is South Florida on the road at the Liberty Bowl against Memphis. South Florida is a 6.5-point road favorite, but this is for control for all intents and purposes there in the American and very likely the leader of the G6 to make the college football playoff. South Florida, can they go on the road and get it done?
Well, I think, if you look at last week's games, you say they're definitely going to do it. They've been playing great, and Byron Brown is tough to contain. But Memphis, what is it with this interim head coach thing? It happens every year, Matt. Interim head coach bounce, and that's what UAB got last week.
Yeah.
Maybe Memphis took it easy on them or was expecting an easy game versus an interim head coach, and they lost. But now they're back at home. And at home, Silverfield rarely loses. I mean, if you go back and take a look at the last 7 years, Memphis has only lost 6 home games. So they're tougher at home. I don't think they're as bad as they looked last week. They were a team that was 6-0 straight up and ATS. Big question mark, Brendan Lewis, their quarterback, may or may not play. That could be to a true freshman in A.J. Hill. But I'm still going to side with Memphis plus the points at home. I really like the home field edge, and I think Memphis still has a shot at being that playoff team from the American Conference.
Memphis getting 6.5. One of the teams that Memphis beat, of course, is Arkansas. They're at home, and they're a 3.5-point favorite over Auburn. This, I don't know, Phil, could be the final nail in the coffin for Hugh Freeze if they go on the road and lose this game as a 3.5-point dog. Auburn on the road, plus 3.5 against Arkansas. What do you think?
Yeah, I like Arkansas in this one. I think with Bobby Petrino, the offense is – I mean, they played a really good Texas A&M defense last week and put up a ton of points, ton of yards. They did get a 90-yard drive at the end of the game and scored a touchdown the final seconds to make it 42 points. But still, they can move the ball on anybody. And that's happened since the 5th game last year. Taylor Green had started out slow and then really got better as it went on. Now, I'm seeing 2.5 across the board, so if you're going to play Arkansas, look for that 2.5 because it'd be a lot different if it was 3.5. But I do think right now 2.5 across the board. When I look at Auburn, I see a team that, last week when I looked at them, I said, hey, look at the rest of the schedule. If they beat Missouri, well, they didn't beat Missouri. And now they're 3-4, and so they've got to be a disappointed team. I just think Arkansas is playing really good. They're at home. I like the Hogs, and I'll take them minus the 2.5.
A couple more here in this first segment with Phil. Of course, philsteele.com, STEELE, philsteele.com. Bama at South Carolina. Boy, what a gauntlet Bama just went through, and they aced it. Now they got to go on the road, sleepy Columbia. Early kick. It's they're an 11.5-point favorite. Any letdown spot there for the Tide?
My only concern here, Matt, is that Coach DeBoer is phenomenal against ranked teams, just absolutely phenomenal. But the last 3 times he's taken on an unranked team on the road, he's been a double-digit favorite and lost outright. So that concerns me a little bit. But I also think it'll have Alabama focus for this game. And when you look at South Carolina, their offense is basically Lenore Sellers. They don't have a good offensive line, giving up 26 sacks. They don't have a dominant running back. They don't have a dominant receiver. They have Lenore Sellers. And defensively, they're not as dominant as last year. When you look at Alabama, Since that Florida State game, they have not lost against the spread. They did get a push against Missouri. Other than that, have not lost against the spread. I got to continue to roll with the Tide. I think they're the best team right now in the SEC, and I think they're a legitimate national playoff contender. So I like the Tide in this one minus the points.
A couple of teams that Bama's already dispatched are Missouri and Vanderbilt. That's where College Game Day is going to be. Vandy coming off the big win over LSU last weekend. They're favored again, Phil. Vandy 3.5 at home against Mizzou. How do you see it?
I'm not going against Diego Papi,
Right.
That's for sure. This guy's just a tremendous player, and the belief that they have. And that goes back to my conversation with Coach Lee after the spring practice was over. This was a confident head coach, and not confident like, you know what, we did well last year, we're going to make a bowl game. No, not that type of confidence at all. It was, we're going to contend in the SEC, and I think the entire team has bought into that, and I love that. Now, Missouri played a really soft early schedule. Their first 5 games, all very manageable, all at home. Now that they've gotten in SEC play, their run game has sort of gone by the wayside. You look at Ahmad Hardy, who was getting Heisman mention. In the last 2 games, he's got 36 carries for only 108 yards. That's about 3 yards a carry. I think this Vanderbilt team is one to believe in. And I don't think, LSU had a lot of fans last week. I don't think Missouri will have as many. So I think Vanderbilt might even have more of a home edge this week. I like Vanderbilt minus the points.
And I can tell you, they have a very loud foghorn they play in that stadium over and over again. I can hear it next door. Phil Steele's with us. He's on Twitter at PhilSteele042, PhilSteele.com, STEELE, PhilSteele.com. Let's knock out a quick break, Phil. Come back. We'll talk about the late afternoon and evening slate, including LSU and Texas A&M. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Darren James and Associates, brokered by LPT Realty. Every home listed by every company, all in one place, agent225.com. And as we always tell you, the most user-friendly website in real estate. If you're thinking of selling your home, this is the time. The time to call Darren James is right now. 335-7666, 335-7666, 335-7666. The reason is because November is the number one most active real estate month in this market. People want to be in their new home for the new year. They sell in November. You want to beat that rush? Call Darren James today. Remember, Darren will get your home sold faster for more money. He guarantees it. It's his guaranteed sale program. Agree to a price and a deadline. If Darren doesn't sell your home at that price by that deadline, he'll have your home bought with cash or he'll sell it for you absolutely free. What do you have to lose? Agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
Raising Cane's is our victory meal.
Football fans are some of the most dedicated fans in sports. It's a fundamental quality we share, and that fuels every single order of our hand-battered chicken fingers. Wherever there's football, there's Raising Cane's.
One love. Let's go.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Need security services you can count on? With Veteran Security Services, you're always protected. Locally owned and proudly serving the Gulf Coast, they're not some big national firm chasing profits. They're neighbors protecting neighbors. From petrochemical plants and healthcare facilities to port and maritime operations, Veteran Security delivers reliable protection you can trust. Choose community. Choose confidence. Choose Veteran Security Services. Visit veteransecurityfirm.com.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around the clock.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Live from Don Juan Cigar Bar, today presented by Pinhook Bourbon, pinhookbourbon.com, pinhookbourbon.com. Y'all come on by Don Juan, craft cocktails, great samples as well, hanging out all day today, and glad to have you aboard with us here. Phil Steele's with us, joins us every Football Friday, preview the biggest games of the college football weekend. Phil, this one might be stinky line of the week. BYU undefeated, ranked on the road, a dog against unranked Iowa State. The Cyclones 2.5 at home. Okay, Phil, what gives?
Well, first off, you look at BYU, they've been a sort of unimpressive 7-0. You go back to the Arizona game 2 weeks ago. They actually trailed by 10 points with 5 minutes to go. You go to the Utah game last week. 3 times Whittingham went for it on fourth down deep in BYU territory. That's how confident he was in his offense and that offensive line. I mean, Utah had a 100-yard edge, but the getting stopped on downs did him in. And when you look at Iowa State, I'm going to go back to last year for a minute. When I talked to Coach Campbell after spring practice was over, he was telling me how beat up his defense was last year. And they were so beat up, they lost to Texas Tech and Kansas. But he did a good job adapting to those injuries. And then down the stretch, they won all the rest of their games and got to the Big 12 title game. Well, they're off a bye, so they're healthier than they were against Cincinnati when they were missing 6 defensive starters. They're still missing their top 2 corners. But they're at home in a desperate situation off a bye, catching BYU off the holy war. I like Iowa State this week, minus the points at home.
All right, Iowa State. That would be an unranked favorite over a ranked. One of the angles I always love to play. Illinois is at Washington, Phil. Another one of those Big Ten matchups. Talk about crossing multiple time zones. Washington is a 4.5-point home favorite. Brett Bielema's squad got a shot on the road?
I think they have a shot because I believe both teams are legitimate playoff contenders. And when you look at Illinois, they actually had a 295, 272-yard edge against Ohio State in their loss by 18. So I think the potential's there. Their offensive line's playing a lot better than it did since the Indiana game is gone. They've got a veteran quarterback in Luke Altmaier going against a redshirt freshman quarterback. So there are some advantages for Illinois to keep this one close. You might also look towards the under. Just did a radio show in Washington, and they're telling me it is going to be a downpour for this game.
Man. Okay.
So they've got a big front coming in. I might look to the under in this because if Illinois has a weakness on defense, it's pass defense. But if that's diluted a little bit by the weather, I'm going to lean with the under in this one, but also side a little bit with Illinois, although Washington, remember, they've only lost one home game under Jed Fish in 2 years, and that was to Ohio State.
That totals 54.5, so looking at the under, I may want to grab it now, especially if the weather comes in and starts to push that thing down a little bit. He's on Twitter at PhilSteele042 if you want to give him a follow, PhilSteele.com, STEELE, PhilSteele.com. Phil, keep an eye, obviously, on the Big 12 race, and Baylor's on the road at Cincinnati. The Bearcats, a 3.5-point home favorite. They're 4-0 in the Big 12, so very much in contention amid that very jumbled Big 12 race. Baylor at Cincinnati. How do we see it?
Yeah, I think Baylor's got a shot here, definitely. It may be the slightly better team. They've just taken on the tougher schedule so far. If you look at Cincinnati, they've played a banged-up Iowa State, UCF, Oklahoma State, and Kansas. Meanwhile, Baylor's been tangling with Arizona State, Kansas State, TCU, SMU, Auburn. So a lot tougher schedule for Baylor. They've been disappointing this year, in my mind, because I had picked the top of the Big 12, and their defense giving up 77 yards per game above the opponent's average. But since he's given up 54 yards per game above opponent's average. So 2 weak defenses, 2 potent offenses, led by Sorsby and Robertson at QB. I like the over in this one. It is a high number, but I think it'll be a high-scoring game. And I'm going to side with Baylor plus the points.
Over, the total is 66.5. So Baylor and the over, what Phil's looking at there in Cincinnati on Saturday. A few more I want to get to. Phil, this one, the line isn't close with Michigan and Michigan State. The Wolverines are a 14.5-point favorite, but my goodness, that series always seems to be close. And this is in East Lansing. It's hard to look away from a rivalry game like that and look at a number that big. So any feeling that maybe Sparty can keep this thing close?
Well, yeah, I'm going to bring you back to the last time they played in East Lansing, just 2 years ago, Matt. Michigan went in there, big favorite, final score, 49-0. I think they can handle it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they won the last 3 handily, and to me, this is a line of scrimmage game. If you look at Michigan, the games they've lost this year, they weren't able to control the line of scrimmage. I'm talking about Oklahoma and USC. Other than that, when they get that run game going and they stop the run, that's when they win. And when you look at Michigan State, what's their weaknesses? Well, first of all, run defense. In Big Ten play, they're giving up 5.1 yards per carry. And in Big Ten play, Michigan State can't run the ball, only averaging 89 yards per game. So you've got Michigan being able to do what Michigan needs to do to win, and that's dominate the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And I think they get it done here on the road. And, yes, they've dominated Michigan State. Remember, there was that time where Mike Hart said, hey, their little brother, and D'Antonio had Michigan State fired up every year. That's gone now. Michigan's back to being the big brother, and I like Michigan minus the points in this one.
One more before we get to LSU and Texas A&M. I'm always going to ask you a bunch about the Big 12, Phil, just because it's fascinating, right? Wow. I mean, there's this clump of teams, and it feels like it can go anyway. Well, what about Houston and Arizona State? The Sun Devils favored by 7.5 at home, but again, another one that is going to be formative in shaping this race. Does Arizona State, fresh off a big win a week ago, keep it going?
Yeah, not blown away with any of Arizona State's games so far this year, but it was good to get Sam Leavitt back last week and, of course, pulled the big upset. Texas Tech did not have their quarterback last week, but, Will Hammond's very capable. They've got a good defense, and Houston has a good defense. I'm probably leaning mostly to the under in this game would probably be my play due to the defensive teams you have. And if you look at Houston's offense, hasn't really been explosive this year, and they're coming off a game where there was a lot of points, so I think that inflated the total a little. So I'm going to lean with the under in this one, and I'd side just a little bit with Houston plus the points. As long as you're getting over a touchdown in the game, I think they can make a game of it.
Okay, looking at 7.5 right now. That under, by the way, it's a low number at 46.5. Phil still likes the under there. All right, Phil, it's LSU and Texas A&M. For LSU, for all intents and purposes, if they fancy themselves at making any type of college football playoff run, they got to run the table. That starts with beating Texas A&M Saturday night in Tiger Stadium. We know the drill. A&M has not won in Baton Rouge since they joined the SEC, but, man, they look like the far better team, and the Aggies are a 2.5-point favorite in Tiger Stadium Saturday night. All right, Phil, how does it go?
Well, in my mind, when I look at the game, I see A&M's offensive line is the biggest edge. Their offensive line, LSU's offensive line, massive advantage goes to Texas A&M. In fact, when I talked to Coach Elko post-spring last year, he said, Phil, our offensive line, we're probably middle of the pack in the SEC. And this year when I talked to him, he said, Phil, we're at the top of the line of the SEC. We are a Joe Moore Award contender. So that tells you how good their offensive line is. I don't have to tell LSU fans about LSU's offensive line so far this year. Defensively, I have to give a slight edge to LSU. It's Death Valley. It's at night. And then the good news for you, Matt, is I asked my computer who he liked, and my computer went 24-23 LSU. So how about that? Okay. You got the computer on your side this week, and that should be the deciding factor, right?
I'm guessing the other shoe's about to drop, and you're going to pick the Aggies.
I don't. I'm letting my computer pick this one. So let's go with computer says 24-23 LSU. We're letting it go at that.
All right. The computer was right last week. The computer had Vandy. Phil went with the Tigers. The computer likes the Tigers by a point at home, 24-23. From your computer's output algorithm to God's ears. Here's hoping it happens that way. Tigers need it in a big way. He is Phil Steele. Of course, we always encourage you to go take that Phil Steele Plus Tour. Phil, let's remind them how the tour is doing and what they get when they go to the Phil Steele Plus Tour.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Matt. Yeah, the selections on the tour have gone 4-2 each of the last 2 weeks. Could one play away from being 5-1. That Michigan State field goal at the end of the game costed a 5-1 week last week.
I was right there with you.
Yeah, and then the quick hitters have gone 17-7 the last 6 weeks, and even the NFL played one last week with Cleveland over Miami. You get 5 free selections, 6 quick hitters, and an NFL play, all absolutely free right now. Just go to philsteele.com. Right there on the front menu is the Phil Steele Plus Tour, and it's on YouTube. And click on that and get the notifications and all that. But check it out right now and get yourself 12 free selections.
It's embedded right there at the website at philsteele.com, STEELE, philsteele.com. He joins us every Friday here on AFR. Phil, you're the best. We appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Always great talking to you, Matt. Have a great weekend, my friend.
You do the very same. That is the one and only Phil Steele, always good enough to hang out with us on Friday. How about Phil's computer likes the Tigers? And listen, if you're going to be out at Tiger Stadium, make sure that you stay hydrated with Evamore, EVAMOR, Evamore.com, Evamore.com. Drink Evamore. You can get it at great local retailers, really anywhere, all right. It's a great Louisiana product. Make sure if you're going to be stacking your ice chest or stocking your ice chest with water to stay hydrated if you're tailgating out for LSU on Saturday, if you're heading to the Dome on Sunday, or just make sure you got stocked in your refrigerator. Evamore, EVAMOR, Evamore.com. Natural artesian water, nothing added, nothing taken away. This is a truly natural product, a better form of hydration, and it is a Louisiana product. Stop buying that water just because it came from some fancy country that you think is cool. Evamore is a better product. It's a superior product, and it's a Louisiana product. It's Evamore, EVAMOR, Evamore.com. All right, y'all, it's After Further Review. We are live from Don Juan Cigar Bar. We are presented today by Pinhook Bourbon. Go to pinhookbourbon.com. Come by, see us at Don Juan here 3 to 6. Have a cigar, have a craft cocktail, sample some Pinhook Bourbon. Would love to see you here at Don Juan Cigar Bar. So come hang out with us today on AFR from 3 to 6. We'll knock out a quick break. Our tailgate segment with Chris is next. Stick around.
AFR.
Man, if you have thought about building a pool, you have options. You have tons of options. Lots of great companies that build beautiful pools. That's undeniable. Just look on Instagram. Type in pools near me. You'll see tons of companies that build beautiful pools. One gigantic differentiator with Duplessis Builders. Call as many pool companies as you want. Ask them what their workmanship warranty is. The industry standard is 1 year. At Duplessis Builders, it's 10 years. Why? Because Derek Duplessis is, by trade, an engineer, mechanical engineer, also with a minor in aerospace engineering, by the way. Went to LSU, and he stands by the quality of the product they build. They take the time to do it right. They build you something beautiful that will last. That's why they offer you a 10-year workmanship warranty at Duplessis Builders. So check them out online at duplessisbuilders.net, duplessisbuilders.net.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Duplessis Builders Pool.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
Baton Rouge is home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
That's been an excellent week. Luke hops in there. He's playing center. Tolly and Caesar continue to build that combination over there, and Trevor and Kelvin on the other side. And so I think the continuity, 4 of the 5 pieces are staying the same, which I think is a value. And Luke's done a nice job of hopping in there and communicating.
That is Saints head coach Kellen Moore talking about what the week has been like. Of course, no Eric McCoy. Luke Fortner will start at center for the Saints on Sunday against Tampa. Look, at this point in the season, the injury report every week is going to be something significant that we're going to keep an eye on. By the way, we're live at Don Juan Cigar Bar, presented today by Pinhook Bourbon, pinhookbourbon.com. Come on by, see us, get some samples, some craft cocktails, pinhookbourbon.com. At this point in the season, there's always going to be conversations when you get into week 8 about the injury report. It's the nature of the game. It's the nature of football. Injuries happen, and who can stay healthy or relatively healthy, and when your depth is tested, that's always going to be a key part of any conversation leading up to a game. For the New Orleans Saints, going into this game against Tampa, losing Eric McCoy and Kendre Miller, obviously massive injuries. McCoy's your best offensive lineman. It's part of the battery there with a young quarterback. And Kendre Miller was really having a nice year as a compliment to Alvin Kamara. But aside from that, the Saints are as healthy as they've been. I mean, there are 5 players listed on the injury report. Olave, Chase Young, Juwan Johnson, Devon Gottschall, all full participants. And then Alvin Kamara with the ankle limited all week. But he's going to go. I mean, it's the same thing he did last week. So, yes, you had 2 really significant season-ending injuries last week. But everybody that's available for you is about as healthy as you be. And by contrast, look at Tampa's injury report. Paul, I don't know if you can pull it up from your side back in studio. If not, that's fine. But yesterday there were 17 players on the Bucs injury report. Today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 17. It's still 17 players listed on the injury report. Now, Emeka Egbuka has been taken off. He was a full participant. He's listed, but he's full. So Teddy Bridgewater, Levante David, Emeka Egbuka, Greg Gaines, Christian Isian, Antoine Winfield, all full participants. So they had been listed, but they're full. Out, Chris Godwin is out. Luke Haggard, their offensive guard, is out. Bucky Irving, their running back, is out. Hassan Reddick out for this game as well. So they're going to be without. We know Mike Evans is out. Chris Godwin's out. So their top 2 receivers done. Now, Emeka Egbuka has had an outstanding start to his rookie season. He looks every bit a number 1 receiver. Like, they hit on that pick. He has been awesome, and I think he's going to give Kool-Aid McKinstry hell on Sunday. But still, no Godwin, no Mike Evans. Hassan Reddick, their best pass rusher, out. And then Vita Vea, who was a DNP Thursday, also a DNP Friday with the foot injury. So he is officially says questionable. Remember, you got Luke Fortner starting in the middle. I mean, we talked about it earlier this week, that how unenviable for Fortner stepping in, having to start, and the first start you're going to make, you're looking at a 350-pound multi-time Pro Bowler in Vita Vea. Well, if he's not there, what a major, major break for Luke Fortner and the Saints offensive line. I mean, the comp I gave you was a year ago when McCoy got hurt in week 3 plays into the game against the Eagles. You had to move Lucas Patrick from left guard to center. And who's he looking at? Jalen Carter. Good luck, dude. Friggin' monster. Well, and he wrecked the game. Carter did. Well, if Vita Vea is unavailable, it's a massive, massive benefit for the New Orleans Saints. Again, Vea suffered that foot injury. He practiced Wednesday. When he suffered that foot injury, then it was the DNP Thursday, Friday. We'll see if he's able to go. I'm sure that'll be a game-time decision come Sunday. We'll see how it goes. All right, it's After Further Review. We're glad you're aboard with us here. Love telling you about Supper Club. Get your reservations at supperclubbtr.com. You know it is going to be popping over there tonight. My goodness. A massive home weekend with the Tigers in town, the Aggies coming in. You know Supper Club is going to be popping tonight. You need a place to go. Even if you just want to hang out at the bar, 14 bar stools, 7 bar tables. You never need a reservation. It's first come, first served at the bar. Maybe go have a cocktail, have a glass of wine, premium top shelf liquor, or have dinner there at the bar at Supper Club. Remember, tomorrow, it's game day. Listen, this ain't a sports bar, but they do have a 100-inch projector screen in the lounge next to the bar. So if you're at any of those bar stools, bar tables, you can see the game. So instead of going eating greasy bar food, how about you go hang out and you could watch the game if you want, have a delicious steak at Supper Club. SupperClubBTR.com for your reservations. They're already taking reservations for Christmas and holiday parties. Time to get those booked right now. SupperClubBTR.com. SupperClubBTR.com. That's Supper Club. All right, y'all, let's kick it. It's time for the tailgate segment. Hit it, Muse.
At LSU, we play hard, but we tailgate harder. Light your burner, fire up the grill. It's time for our Football Friday tailgate recipe of the week with Chris's Specialty Foods. 4 locations, or go to chrisspecialtyfoods.com.
All right, Coben Linedecker joining us here on site at Don Juan Cigar Bar. We are presented by Pinhook Bourbon. How are you, dude?
Good. Glad to be back, brother.
Yeah, man. Missed you last week when we were up in Nashville. It was, God, I mean, Alondra was there. Last week was...
Yeah,
epic for a lot. Well, the game sucked, obviously, but the broadcast there at Garth Brooks' place was pretty phenomenal. I mean, the people were everywhere, but we didn't have food like this. So what we got today?
Yeah, man. So
we can't eat Aggies.
No.
And we can't eat dogs.
Nope.
So what are we eating?
Well, in South Louisiana, when it gets below 80 degrees around here, people start
gumbo weather.
People start firing up gumbo. So I brought all of our boil bag options. We have 12 different options, all of our soups and etouffees. So today I brought the cooked options. I have a baked potato soup, a chicken and sausage gumbo, our most popular, a shrimp and corn soup, and then our shrimp etouffee. The best thing about these things is all these items can take up to 3 to 4 hours to cook, making your roux, starting from scratch. We make it to where you can have this Louisiana cooked food in 8 to 10 minutes.
That's awesome.
So people that don't know about us really don't know about these boil bags. These boil bags are already cooked. All you have to do is prepare the rice or the side item with it. You drop that whole bag in boiling water for 8 to 10 minutes, and you can feed a family of 4 with a cooked Louisiana dish.
You leave it. It's frozen.
Yes.
But you leave it in the plastic bag.
Just however you bought it.
That don't melt the plastic.
No. That's a boilable bag.
Okay.
So however you buy it at the store, you drop it in just like that.
That's awesome. So so let's go through the options. It's a shrimp and corn soup. Go ahead. Yep.
We got our baked potato soup right here, our chicken and sausage gumbo, shrimp and corn soup, and then shrimp etouffee.
So you make the rice or whatever side item you want, buy the boil bag, you drop it in boiling water, 8 to 10 minutes, boom, you're ready to go, family of 4.
Cut the bag open and you're ready to serve.
Love it. What about for tailgates? I mean, I guess people you have a propane burner, you can boil a pot of water, drop it in out there?
Yeah, same way you would do a crawfish setup. A lot of people use the same setup as a crawfish setup. If you're on the go, you can just drop that whole bag once your water's boiling, 8 to 10 minutes, it's ready.
Do you make bigger ones, or is it's just this size for the family of 4?
So everything but the gumbo, we do have gallon-sized gumbos.
Okay.
That is the same way, already cooked. You're just heating up. So everything's in these boilable bags, and the gumbo, we offer a gallon-sized gumbo.
Love it. Locations all over Millerville, Highland, direct like across from Rufino's. Lakeview and Central are the 4 locations, and online at chrisspecialtyfoods.com. Again, I always say it's the back-to-back S's, chrisspecialtyfoods.com. And deer processing?
Yeah, it's already taken off. We've already gotten a ton in. And, guys, don't wait for your holiday orders for turkeys.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Gift baskets, gift boxes, anything. We're already taking a bunch of orders. Call any of the stores, do it online, get in those turkey and gift basket orders.
Chris does catering as well. He do large events catering. Y'all got to check him out if you haven't yet. chrisspecialtyfoods.com, chrisspecialtyfoods.com. All right, give me a thought tomorrow, Tigers and Aggies.
Yeah, so when I saw the line open at 2.5, I thought it was a really good thing for LSU. I was expecting at least a touchdown. So I thought
it would open at 6.
Yeah.
I thought it would be 6.
When I saw it was only 2.5, I thought it was really good for LSU. Vegas, as you know, is always right. They're pretty much on the money every time. So I think it's really good that we're only 2.5. I think this is going to be a low-scoring, gritty game. I'm going to go LSU 20, A&M 17.
My guy's going with the Tigers.
Yeah, I think we can pull it out.
I think LSU 20 is. We've already seen it twice in conference games already.
Yes.
I mean, they scored 20 against Florida. They scored 20 against South Carolina. Identical 20-10 scores. I'd take. One more point than the Aggies. I'll take it however it may look. Coben, thank you, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Y'all go see Coben over at Chris's, chrisspecialtyfoods.com, chrisspecialtyfoods.com. Hey, we're brought to you by Parish Restoration, kill mold, remove odor, home, office building, your vehicle, kill mold, remove odor, other harmful pathogens. Maybe you got a cold, virus, something going through the office, COVID, flu, whatever it may be. You want to spray, knock that out, lickety-split. It's easy. Remember, it's patented, non-toxic dry fog. Patented meaning they don't want you to do it. Non-toxic means it's totally safe for your family, for your pets, for your plants. It's Parish Restoration. Learn more. Get that consultation to get that quote, parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com. Again, online, just fill out the form at parishrestoration.com. All right, y'all, wrapping up hour number 1. We're here at Don Juan Cigar Bar, presented by Pinhook Bourbon. Theriot's next after Sports Center. It's AFR.
AFR.
Arco Power Systems, arco.com, arco.com, A-R-C-C-O, arco.com for Arco Power Systems. Tell you about Arco, and I'm going to start getting a little more detail, but want to spend the time as we start with a new client, a new partner, just making you familiar with this business. I'm going to tell you, I didn't know about Arco until we started learning about them to do this endorsement. They're an incredible business, y'all. I mean, their home base is on Airline Highway in Baton Rouge near I-12. But, y'all, they have offices in San Antonio, Mobile, Little Rock, Dallas, Austin, Houston. They're everywhere. This is a gigantic company, and what they do, they are a Generac dealer, but it's not home. It's not your home standby generator. This is industrial power. It's for your office building. Power goes out. What does your business do? Your business relies on Arco Power Systems. A-R-C-C-O. It's arco.com.
Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
I trust the lake.
While Louisiana politics can seem like they're from another planet, Moon Griffon isn't afraid to bring politicians back down to earth. Listen to the Moon Griffon Show weekday mornings at 9 on Talk 107.3.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Raising Cane's is our victory meal.
Football fans are some of the most dedicated fans in sports. It's a fundamental quality we share, and that fuels every single order of our hand-battered chicken fingers. Wherever there's football, there's Raising Cane's.
One love. Let's go.
Supreme Jasmine is premium American-grown rice. From local farms to your table, every grain is supreme. Pick up a bag of Jasmine or any other of our Supreme American rice.
It's not just a game. It's a religion. You've got your team color, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always. No paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Blessed Builders School.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
Every winner knows a great play starts with a solid game plan and the right team by your side. At Sunshine, we're here to keep your operation running strong. From tractors to harvesters, we've got the John Deere equipment you need to tackle every job with confidence. Because when the work's done right, there's more time for the things that matter, like cheering on your favorite team. Make Sunshine Quality Solutions part of your playbook this season and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Bend.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm John Ryder. Two-time Blue Jays All-Star Bo Bichette is back for Game 1 of the World Series tonight in Toronto against the Dodgers. He's been out since early September with a sprained knee. Bichette will bat cleanup and play second base for the first time in his Major League career. The Jays have to go up against tough L.A. lefty Blake Snell, unbeaten in 3 starts this postseason. The Blue Jays Game 1 starter is Trey Savage. Manager John Schneider on giving the ball to the rookie righty.
I think just what he's done this whole year, not just here with us in the big leagues, but over the course of his season. You know, he's pitched in a lot of big games. You know, he's pitched in, big regular season games. He's pitched in big postseason games, and he's handled himself well. So,
Game 1 of the World Series and every game of the Fall Classic is on ESPN Radio and the app. Tonight's coverage starts at 7 Eastern. Eagles have officially ruled out standout receiver A.J. Brown for Sunday's game against the Giants with a hamstring injury. Lamar Jackson, a full participant in Ravens practice today. He's missed the last 2 games with a hamstring injury. Head coach John Harbaugh declined to say whether the two-time MVP would start at quarterback on Sunday when they host Chicago.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Monday from the NFL to college football and, of course, the World Series. I'll recap it all in my Upon Further Review at 7 a.m. Eastern. It's Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
That's right.
It's that Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, gonna fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You picture better reload. Get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot, presented by Alpha Customs. Alpha Customs, Prairieville and Lafayette, and online at alphacustoms.net.
Well, how's your week going?
Week was good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good. I'm full of good ideas.
Here comes Theriot. The throw. Not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
The wave pool, although probably full of bacteria, flesh-eating parasites, and the occasional turd, provides endless hours of fun. It's not cool to have a 30A sticker on the back of your grocery go-getter. Big fan of the truck.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR. We are live from Don Juan Cigar Bar and presented by Pinhook Bourbon. Check them out at pinhookbourbon.com. Delicious.
Oh, it's so good.
I mean, the bourbon, the rye, the cash strength bourbon, their vertical series. If you have not tried Pinhook,
the horizontals, fire.
No, vertical. I'm going to tell you, you know this about me. Everybody knows how much of a whiskey guy I am. Like, there ain't no getting away with endorsing some chump whiskey.
There's no horizontal in your endorsement. It's all vertical, baby. Straight up and down.
I don't even know what you're talking about. You're a weirdo. Yeah, bruh. How are you? Musso and Paulie are back in studio. Alondra on site here from Don Juan Cigar Bar in Town Center. We're thrilled to have you hanging out with us here. It's been a minute. Last week I was in Nashville. The week before you were at Homecoming. How did Georgie do at Homecoming?
She was gorgeous.
No doubt.
Yep, Georgie did awesome. She was gorgeous. They had a powder puff game beforehand.
Okay.
She did great. Shout out. I can't remember their team name.
I saw a video today on Instagram that Jonna posted, and Georgia got an interception in a flag football game.
Pick 6, house call.
Yep, saw that.
She took a couple more to the house. She had a good game, but the problem was she slid, got kind of pushed out of bounds, probably a late hit, whatever. We're not soft in the Theriot household, so we didn't complain. Huge brush burn on her leg for Homecoming.
Oh.
She was sad about that.
She put some makeup on it?
It was like a turf.
Yeah,
You ain't. You know, it's one of those. Like, it hurt, like open wound type brush burn thing. So that
she could have worn a pantsuit to Homecoming?
Yeah, no. Nope. So that was put a little damper on it, but dude, it was good.
Good, great, love to hear that.
Yeah.
So we missed you last week. I was up in Nashville.
Yeah.
Show was epic last week, by the way. I mean, the amount of people at Garth Brooks's place, Friends in Low Places, incredible.
Really? Did y'all sing?
No. 4 stories, packed with LSU fans. Probably took 100 pictures with folks last week. It was awesome. In the stairwell, they have, I'll show you this, in the stairwell at Friends in Low Places, going from the 3rd to the 4th floor, they have a picture. It's a panoramic photo in the stairwell of Garth Brooks's Garthquake when he did Callin' Baton Rouge.
Oh, man.
See, like, that's the stage. This is the panoramic of Tiger Stadium. How about that? It's on my Instagram if you want to see it. If you haven't seen it, Moscona on Instagram. So cool. And by the way, when you go right there, you can't see it, but there's a door in that wall that leads to a speakeasy. It's Garth and Trish's private club in there.
Bro, I was at that concert.
I got to go in it, by the way. Hang on, I'll show you. Wait, I'll show you.
You and Trish?
Look, no, there's me. Look, I can't. And by the way, you can't take picture or post pictures or videos from the private club. But there's me, dude. I picked up a guitar, started strumming a little bit. Check this out. Well, look at this. Look at that. Pool table. It said Shaq's a member. Taylor Swift. All kind of people been in there. You got a piano. Look right over Broadway. Look at that. I can't share this on social because they say, look at the ceiling. Look at the detail in the ceiling. It's incredible.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Really cool. Really cool. 7 G's, you could be a member.
That's it?
That's it. That's what I said. See, Alondra? Now, it could be as much as 27, but like
cheaper than the country club,
right? I was like 7 G's. I'm only in Nashville once a year, but coming here for 7 G's.
Go hang out with Shaq and Trish. You and Trish.
Or nobody's there, and you just get your own spot right there on Broadway.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
7 Gur. It's not bad.
7 Jeepers. I'm married to Erica. She's gonna spend that on Christmas lights.
She's already spent that on Christmas lights.
Shout out to Got Lit Light Installers. Who, by the way, I got a text. Derek and the folks from Got Lit are coming to our house tomorrow morning to our Christmas lights. Seriously, look, I'll show you the time so you know I'm not lying. Look, Erica and Derek, he said at 2:32 p.m., come in to put your lights up tomorrow morning. How about that? Erica's so fired up. How's your week going, by the way? How's your week?
My week?
Yeah.
It's been good. It's been fine.
What's up with the glasses, by the way? Why are you wearing glasses?
I need glasses. And
no, you need the Williamson Eye Center.
I need the Williamson Eye Center, I do. But I'm going with glasses right now because I'm about to read something.
Dr. Blake Williamson. We need you stat.
Yeah, I need to get with Doc.
You're farsighted now. You can't see close up?
Correct.
So you need the readers.
Yeah.
It's time to call Dr. Blake.
Yeah.
Would you go see him?
Yeah, I'd go see him. But this actually kind of just helps in general, to be honest with you.
But what if you didn't have to ever mess with that? Like he could fix you.
Well, I kind of like it's kind of drip.
Tell me this. It's not drip. Stupid. You look like an old man.
It's kind of glasses drip.
No.
I feel a little smarter
you're not.
with this going on right now. I can dress it up. It's like an accessory.
Alondra, your glasses, those blue light glasses, or those actual glasses?
They're actual glasses.
Yours are drip. They're drippy.
Yeah.
I don't think you're using that.
Yeah, you're not. You're not.
No.
Stop trying to be young.
Work.
I don't love. I don't love the drip.
Yeah,
You
own
don't
what you
love
are.
it.
No.
No, thank you. Own what you are. Alondra, you need to go see Dr. Blake as well.
fair.
I do.
Let's get this done. Let's get this done for you folks. Never wearing glasses again. Dr. Blake Williamson Eye Center. Call him 924-2020. Call.
I'm gonna call you, Doc. But this week's been good. It's been a good week. It's been fine.
Love to hear that.
My boy Tilly's in Medjugorje.
Yeah.
He brought a letter from Jonna to Mary, so that's good.
Okay.
Yep. And so I've been running the show. I'm in charge. I'm signing checks. I'm making stuff happen.
You were signing checks at the parish office. You were signing the fronts of checks this morning at parish. I can confirm. When I was there, that's what you were doing.
So it's been a little bit of a stressful week in that regard.
I think your hand was shaking. You were so nervous. Like,
I hate giving people money. Like, can we just pay them next week and let Richard do it? But no, it's been a good week. Had an event. Okay.
Okay. You had an event.
So I had an event on Wednesday of this week. Driving through, I'm going to the event in a neighborhood that everyone would be familiar with here.
Yeah, what neighborhood?
And then I noticed some things, and so that's what I'm going to talk about. So,
okay.
Yeah. So here we go.
Yep.
Dear early Christmas decorators, I guess it's you guys now.
It will be tomorrow.
I mean, what's today? October the what?
October 24th.
Today's the 24th. Okay.
So good.
It's not even Halloween, and we've got folks already hauling out the holly.
Let's go.
I was in Bocage. That's where I was, right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
I was in Bocage the other day. The sun was going down. I noticed at a few homes already had their Christmas lights up.
Yep. Shout out to Got Lit Light Installers. GotLitLights.com.
Oof. No.
Get you some.
I love decorating as much as the next guy, but I got to tell you, I've got a major problem with this. Got Lit will 1,000,000% be at my house making my front yard and roof and everything look like Santa's workshop.
Parish too. We hired them to do the parish office last year.
Got Lit will be at Parish, making it happen over there as well. Hey, bud. But that's not going to happen until at least mid-November. Okay? Y'all have heard me say this before. I think Thanksgiving is a totally made-up holiday. Matter of fact, it's a giant lie that we continue to believe year after year. I don't want to make this about the massacre of the Native Americans. Okay? Because that's what Thanksgiving is. They actually didn't come together and have a meal and enjoy that. They were actually shooting and killing the Native Americans. That's a whole other story.
Or maybe they had a meal.
And we celebrate it after that.
What do you know? You weren't
didn't
there.
happen that way.
You weren't there.
So I'm not going to talk about the fact that Thanksgiving's made up. Total lie.
Allegedly.
But at least we have to get Halloween behind us before we can start decorating for Christmas, okay? So if you're that person that I'm talking about, let me make one thing perfectly clear. Erica. Let me make this one thing perfectly clear.
You know she's watching.
Miss Erica Keller Moscona, the third.
No,
yes.
The third.
Yes, I think it's dumb that you already have Christmas lights up, okay? But there are a few instances where this is acceptable, okay? Here we go. Most notably, inflatables. I love inflatables.
Okay. Love that.
If you're going to embarrass yourself by putting your Christmas lights up so early, at least go all in and do it.
Yeah.
Okay? I expect an inflatable Snoopy, maybe a Grinch.
Okay.
That's good. I like Disney characters. Nice touch. Super cheesy. Matter of fact, the more cheesy, the better. If you're going to do it early, do inflatables.
Yeah, okay.
Every year there's a Trinity decoration for Halloween and Christmas. This year for Halloween, y'all, it's the giant skeleton. Sold at Lowe's and Home Depot. You can see it. They're huge. This is just a little advice right
Got
here.
it.
They also have this werewolf thing that everybody's buying. Don't be a follower.
For Christmas?
Nope, for Halloween.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
We're going to get to Christmas in a minute.
Werewolf.
Don't be a follower for Halloween, okay?
It's already 13 minutes past the hour, dog.
I think it's lazy. Okay? I'm going to hurry up.
What's lazy?
Buying the same stuff that everybody else buys.
Yeah.
Spiders are always good for Halloween. Okay, and here we go. Last one.
Yeah.
Almost done. I want to make a hard push for a baby Jesus manger scenes this year for Christmas. Hard push.
Okay.
All right?
The reason for the season.
You can order it online. It lights up. You get some hay from the hardware store. Recreate the reason why we're celebrating Christmas in the first place. Let's do that. Sincerely, Ryan.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. And call Gotlit Light Installers. They're amazing. They'll come to your house. They'll install their lights. It's beautiful. When the season's over, they come take down the lights, haul them away. You do nothing. They do all the work.
Zero, zip, zilch.
And it's beautiful.
Nothing.
They're coming to install at our house tomorrow.
Don't worry about me, Derek.
Don't think you're calling them on Thanksgiving Day and like, hey, all right, we're ready. No, they're done. Like, they do their installs like now and through November. GotLitLights.com. GotLitLights.com. Fired up. What are we doing over here? What we got?
That's me.
No way. How old are you? What does that say? Proud? Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's AFR. We are at Don Juan Cigar Bar, presented by Pin Hook Bourbon. Go. Listen, you're going tailgating. You're going to have bourbon tomorrow in your cup. Make sure it's Pin Hook Bourbon. Go to your favorite retailer.
Huge vertical bourbon. Pin Hook.
The vertical series is awesome. I'll tell you more about that coming up in just a little bit.
Yep.
Stay with us here at AFR.
AFR.
Let's rev. How about that? Rev.
Okay.
Rev's on board.
Let's do it. What are they doing?
We're promoting high-speed internet.
Oh, we're doing that now with Rev? I love Rev.
Bro.
We do stuff with Rev. Rev did The Office at Parrish.
Parrish is a Rev customer, yes.
Our internet's so fast.
We actually are on a, Parrish is featured on a Rev commercial because we use Rev. And by the way, last Monday, in my neighborhood, crews digging up my front yard. You want to know why?
Why?
Rev crews laying fiber.
Really?
In my neighborhood. How about that? Up to 5 gigs, all fiber, so it's buried. So you don't have to worry about storm coming, knocking the power lines. It doesn't matter. It's underground. Think about that.
Doesn't matter.
Let's Rev. Local, been local for 90 years, and they're awesome. And Tressy's awesome.
Yeah.
It's Rev.
If for no other reason, just do it.
Let'sRev.com, R-E-V. Let'sRev.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Parrish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parrishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parrishbuilt.com.
Need security services you can count on? With Veteran Security Services, you're always protected. Locally owned and proudly serving the Gulf Coast, they're not some big national firm chasing profits. They're neighbors protecting neighbors. From petrochemical plants and healthcare facilities to port and maritime operations, Veteran Security delivers reliable protection you can trust. Choose community. Choose confidence. Choose Veteran Security Services. Visit veteransecurityfirm.com.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
Hi, this is Beth Tarina. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Tigers and Aggies this weekend. By the way, Brian Kelly on his during his Thursday press conference. This is number one Muse from Thursday. Gave an update on Weeks, Gooden, and Butler for tomorrow.
No, Weeks hasn't been able to practice, so we've listed him as doubtful. Butler practiced the last couple of days, and Gooden as well. So they'll both be. I don't know what did we have him as? Do we have him as probable?
Butler available, Gooden probable.
Yeah, so I think we're updated, with that.
Okay, so last week you were really shorthanded in your defensive front with no Whit Weeks. Obviously, Gabe Relaford's done for the year. You had no Jamari Butler, no Bernard Gooden. You were really thin, down 4 key contributors. You're not going to have Whit Weeks. Been saying that since last Friday, and I think they're maybe hopeful to be able to get him back against Alabama. I don't know that that's even going to happen.
What's the matter with him?
I honestly don't know why they're slow playing this. It was very clear last Thursday at Brian Kelly's media availability, I saw Whit in a boot and started asking around. It was abundantly clear he was not going to play last week, or this week.
Okay.
And so they're slow playing, and I don't know why. And maybe it's a competitive advantage. They can do whatever they want. I mean, he's listed on the injury report, so they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. But and I'm not confident enough with enough sources confirming to me what exactly is wrong with him. So that's nothing I'm going to say. What I am very comfortable in saying is exactly what I told you last Friday. Was he wasn't playing last week. I knew he wasn't going to play this week. And I think it's up in the air if he plays against Alabama.
Oh, man, that stinks.
So you're not getting Whit back this week, obviously, but you're going to get Butler back, and you're going to get Gooden back as well. So you're going to get a couple of guys back in that defensive front. It's important against this team. The other thing worth noting is, and Brian Kelly said this as well, how this is to Muse from Thursday, that they're preparing for the weather as it looks like you're going to have a rain game Saturday at Tiger Stadium.
We have, used wet ball all week on offense, preparing for weather. And that's just simply using a water bottle, spraying the ball, and making sure that, if the weather is wet, we still have to execute, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
You didn't play football. You played baseball professionally, and sometimes you play in the rain. What effect do you think weather has trying to grip and throw? Like, there's always this kind of conversation. The thought is maybe that it limits your effectiveness in the passing game. I've gone back and forth with Russ Mitchell about this over the years. His contention is it makes it harder to run the football. It actually makes it easier in the passing game. And from a blocking scheme assignment, it is harder to move bodies when you're on a slick track. And maybe you could have defenders slip and whatnot. But do you have a thought on that, on the weather?
I think playing defensive back is the hardest position to play in professional sports and be really, really good at it, because you have to go backwards. You have to be able to go forward, side to side. You have to be able to flip your hips and then run straight forward. And then you've got, your eyes going everywhere. I mean, a high-level DB, Derek Stingley, for instance, I think that's one of the hardest positions to play in pro sports. They don't know what the wide receiver is going to do. So they're reacting, and you got to react and be on top of them. Now throw in that reaction with a wet surface makes it even harder. So I believe that it's advantage offense, and it should be advantage throwing the ball for that reason, assuming the quarterback can get a grip and deliver a good ball. I mean, the guys that are guarding them are already at a disadvantage. But now you throw in that wet surface, man. I used to hate hitting in the rain, because although the raindrops are small and you don't ever think that you're affecting your vision, we don't think they're affecting our vision when we're walking around, unless it's can't see in front of you. like it does mess with your eyesight for sure. So I guess saying that, maybe it's harder for the receivers to catch the ball because there may be, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, man, it's a variable. It is something that these guys don't prepare a lot for. So I do think it is going to be something interesting to watch.
As I'm looking at the forecast right now, it is an 85% chance of rain. As of right now, as of this moment, according to weather.com, it is an 85% chance of rain in our coverage area on Saturday. It looks like the first chance of precipitation is around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I know what kind of has been projected is a big weather dump late Saturday night, hopefully after the game. Maybe you get a little rain before, a clearing, and then the next big cell that comes after the game. Hopefully it's that way. But in any event, I mean, as you can see, look, you can look at the chance of rain graph. It just increases from about noon until 6 or so. It may be getting to Baton Rouge right around kickoff, and we may have a deluge on our hands in Tiger Stadium. But both teams have to play in it. We'll see how they manage. Hey, we're brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints, the official supermarket of AFR. Love telling you about our friends at Rouse's. Maybe you're going to Tailgate this weekend for LSU, Texas A&M. Pop into Rouse's, whatever you need. You need your bourbons. They got Pinhook. Our show today is presented by Pinhook Bourbon. You want to know where you can get Pinhook Bourbon? You can get Pinhook Bourbon at any Rouse's location. The rye, the bourbon, the cash strength bourbon, they got it all. They got tons of bourbon and beer and your family beverages as well, the non-adult beverages, and everything you could possibly imagine. Meat to throw on the grill. If you need to make groceries, Rouse has been helping you do that since for 65 years, I should say. Rouses.com, Rouses.com. Rouses, this feels like home. And if you don't go to Rouses, you can kick rocks.
It's time to kick rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rocks.
Presented by Ruckus. Kick rocks with shoes from Ruckus. Jones Creek Road in Baton Rouge, or go to ruckus103.com.
Tom Brady can kick rocks. That's a standing kick rocks, but this one's
a perpetual kick rock.
Kick rocks.
Did you prepare?
Yeah. Okay, you can kick rocks for being a middle midget.
Kick rocks.
Costing your team 4 points.
They can kick a whole bag of rocks for that.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
I know that it's a business. I know that the owners love this because they're making a ton of money. But the in-game sports betting, more specifically the in-game sports betting at the venues where the games are actually happening, is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
I think it's awesome.
We're seeing this unfold right now.
The kiosk where you can go bet, like in Vegas, it's awesome.
As long as so was it 31 guys were indicted?
But only 2 were basketball players, or a basketball player and a coach.
So far. I think it's going to be.
So it's an outlier.
I think it's going to. No, I think
it's an exception.
I think it's going to be much deeper.
It's not the majority. It's not the rule.
No, it's a bad look. They're going to start uncovering.
Right, it's a bad look, but that doesn't mean it doesn't matter. I mean that's the whole thing. And by the way, it doesn't matter if sports betting's legal or not. People want to do this, they do it anyway. They've been doing it for years.
Yeah,
Pete Rose was doing this in baseball before sports betting was ever 4 decades before this was legal.
But now you got all the crazy prop bets. That's my thing. Now it's right there. It's available. You got two guys for the Cleveland Indians this year that got popped that are banned for life for sports betting. It's too easy. It's too accessible. It's going to ruin.
Cool. Then don't be an idiot.
It's going to ruin this.
No, it's not ruining nothing.
Yeah,
just don't be an idiot. It brings so many more people and so much more interest into sports because people have another reason to watch and cheer. If you're an idiot and you know the rules and you choose to break the rules, then you're going to have consequences. You're an idiot. If you're Chauncey Billups and you want to collaborate with the mob to rig poker games, you're an idiot. If you're Terry Rozier and you made $160 million in your career and you're checking yourself out of a game so an under hit so you can get your palms greased to the tune of $50K, you're an idiot. You're going to go to federal prison over $50K when you made $160 million. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Like, idiots are going to be idiots at some point in their life no matter what the vehicle is for them to be an idiot. He's an idiot.
Yeah, kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
The Dodgers, Los Angeles Dodgers will play in the World Series. They can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Only because I think we all knew that this was going to happen, and they're going to win this one in 5, maybe 4. And then they'll do it again next year, and then they're probably going to do it again the following year. And I don't know. I want to see some new blood. But I do. Look, let me say this too. We saw something happen when Ohtani hit the 3 homers and struck out 10 that we'll never see We'll never see that again. So I just want everyone to appreciate what that guy's doing, though, because he's the greatest baseball player to ever walk the planet. All right?
Aside from Babe Ruth.
Okay. Sure.
Why do you hate Babe Ruth?
I don't. If you are complaining about...
Why do you hate Babe Ruth?
I don't hate Babe Ruth. I don't hate Babe Ruth. He's fine. He loved to smoke cigars and eat hot dogs and drink beers and hit homers and strike people out.
It was awesome.
I mean, God bless America.
It was awesome.
Yeah. If you're one of those complaining about the increased security measures on campus this weekend, you can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
I've been hearing some rumblings about this. And you are stupid. Similar to Terry Rozier.
And Shohei, because he got away with sports betting too.
Well,
no.
I don't know if he got away with it. I don't know. Did he?
Bro, he flat got away with it.
It was his translator. He doesn't know
Pins
English.
it on the translator. Guy takes the fall, and Shohei
English.
gets to go on because he's Shohei. Absolutely, that's what happened. No. See,
that's
now,
speculation.
no.
That's speculation.
Now, bro,
That's
like when
that's unfair.
they're changing statements in the middle of that whole thing. No, it's exactly what happened.
Know English.
You know that's what happened,
doesn't
brother.
know what to say.
You know that's what happened.
He doesn't know what he's saying.
If you want to be a Shohei apologist here because you love Shohei and he hits 3 homers and he's the best player since Babe Ruth, fine. But don't come here cracking on the sports betting guys in the NBA this week and then being an apologist for Shohei. No.
Shohei doesn't know English, man. He didn't know what he was doing. What's he supposed to do?
Absolutely ridiculous.
In other news, because this segment has been sponsored by Kick Rocks, is sponsored by Ruckus.
Yep.
We got some big news coming next week. Next week with Ruckus.
We'll announce it next week.
And I did see some. I went online. I need to go buy some more shoes. They have some fire. They're burnt orange, so it's kind of Texas.
The KDs.
Yeah, but I do like them.
They're great.
Anyway, that's it. That's all I got.
All right, it's after further review, and you can kick rocks.
Why?
For being a hypocrite on the Shohei thing. You're absolutely a hypocrite.
He didn't get in trouble.
Yes. Of course he didn't get in trouble because he's the best player in the game and he's the most marketable player in the game. Of course he didn't get in trouble.
He didn't do it.
Give me a break. Jeez.
And Jordan just wanted to go play baseball.
Yeah, that's all that happened. All right, it's after further review. We're at Don Juan Cigar Bar, our Friday show. Here from Don Juan is presented by Pinhook Bourbon. By the way, the Pinhook Bourbon, they have their 3 standard offerings, the bourbon, the rye, the cask strength, but they have their vertical series. So this is the mash bill. The recipe never changes. Okay. So they age it like wine. So believe it'll run through 20. They'll have a different release every year as it ages up through 2032. Oh, wow. I believe will be the last year. Will be the 16 year. So the vertical series is awesome. Cool. Love what Pinhook is doing. Their master blender is in New Orleans, as a matter of fact. So great local tie. I'm telling you, if you've not tried Pinhook Bourbon, try Pinhook Bourbon. You can find a great local retailers at watering holes. If you don't have it, if they don't have it, ask for it. Pinhookbourbon.com. All right, it's after further review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. Let's break. I do want to get your thoughts on the World Series, and I want to get a lot of people have been asking your thoughts on Tony Vitello as well, leaving Tennessee to go to the Giants. You won a World Series with the Giants. Will he work in Major League Baseball? Will he work in the Giants? Is that a thing we may see with college coaches taking that path? Could this be sort of like a trendsetter? We'll get into that with Theriot. Ask Ryan in 15 minutes. Get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Ask Ryan in 15 minutes. Stay here. It's AFR.
After further review.
We're brought to you by the Watermark and the Renaissance. I said Renaissance.
Renaissance.
The Renaissance. Or the Renaissance. The Renaissance.
Renaissance.
The Watermark downtown, Renaissance Southtown. As a matter of fact, right about now, I would assume the LSU football team is probably pulling up to Renaissance Baton Rouge. Probably right about now, if not now, soon. Because every Friday before a home game, the LSU football team moves into Renaissance Baton Rouge, the Renaissance, right there on Bluebonnet. Because obviously Brian Kelly wants to get them far, far away from campus and all the tailgaters and all the crazy partying. Don't want all that temptation everywhere. So they go to Renaissance Baton Rouge because with 13,000 square foot of meeting space, Renaissance Baton Rouge can host everything that they have, from their team meals to the full team meetings to the individual position group meetings, plenty of guest rooms as well for the whole football program. It's Renaissance Baton Rouge right there on Bluebonnet. Of course, got Tallulah inside the Renaissance as well. So check them out. It's the Watermark downtown and it's the Renaissance Southtown. Check them out today. It's Renaissance Baton Rouge.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Mornings with Brian Haldane is the only live and local talk show in the capital city. Get the news from the newsmakers, along with traffic and weather updates throughout the morning. The conversation starts weekday mornings at 6 on Talk 107.3.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Parish Construction and Roofing. This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
You know, some part of it you could argue that the naivete, the inexperience is a good thing. You know, but I feel that the ability to manage moments, your heartbeat, is advantageous and understand, especially in a 7-game series. So I think that we're equipped to play well, and we're facing a very good ball club. But yeah, I like the experience, but also like the enthusiasm that those guys have, and we have some of those guys too.
Blue Jays, Dodgers, game 1 of the World Series tonight, 7 o'clock. You got to play in a few of these things, man. Won a couple of them. What's it like right now? What are we, 2.5 hours for first pitch of game 1?
I mean, look, those guys are so excited right now, presently, at the moment. This is what you start in February preparing for, in hopes that you can be involved in this series. The weather starts to turn, air gets a little crisp. The emotion of every World Series game is incredible. You get to Tiger Stadium, man, and you can kind of feel that out there when you're tailgating. I mean, it's like nothing else, man. It's such a cool feeling.
So that was John Schneider, who's the manager of the Blue Jays. Obviously, Dave Roberts has won a couple here for already with the Dodgers. So a little kind of old hat a little, and then you got a guys there for the first time. Does that matter?
Yeah, it matters.
You were there with two really veteran managers.
Right, yeah, no, it does matter. And Skip Bertman used to always say you kind of have to lose before you win. You have to understand, the things that are going to happen, the things that you do. Just as an example, there's a couple rooms at the World Series where it's all, each player is responsible to sign 20 dozen baseballs. And there's media availability that's different than what you're normally used to. There's restrictions on batting practice and how many tickets you can get, and then communicating with family for tickets and security. I mean, there's a lot that goes on with those games that don't happen in the regular season. And so, yeah, if you haven't experienced it before, it's a lot. I mean, you're right. I was there with Tony La Russa, who'd been there plenty, and then Bruce Bochy as well. So they knew how to prepare the team for that. You know, Schneider, I think this is his first time as a coach.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Well, I don't know if maybe anywhere else in his career. I'd have to look up his bio. But
yeah, I think this is his first.
You know, absolutely.
Yeah. Any type of coach. So, yeah, man, look, advantage to the guys that have been there before, 100%.
Game one, obviously home field is with Toronto. Do you think that matters much tonight?
Yeah.
Game one or for the series?
The whole thing matters. Yeah, for the series itself, I do think home field advantage is important, especially when you're talking about a dome versus open air field. Dodger Stadium is absolutely insane for the playoffs in the World Series. Not like any other stadium, truthfully. It's loud. The speakers are loud. So, yeah, I mean, Toronto, I've played there. Don't really remember it, to be honest. Shocker. But, yeah, I mean, you're talking about outdoor stadium and a dome. So the dome team obviously has more, or an enclosure. The enclosed team, obviously, you know, is going to have a different feel. So, yeah.
The series odds heavily favor the Dodgers. I'm trying to pull them up real quick because I know we haven't posted over at Louisiana Sports, and I posted this earlier this week. I'm trying to find them real in a hurry, but it's heavily favored the Dodgers. Here you go. The Dodgers are minus 210, so you got to bet 210 to win 100. Do you like the Dodgers?
Yeah, I do. You know, I like the Dodgers a lot. I think the Dodgers are a hell of a team, fun team to watch, especially when you have a guy like Kike Hernandez who hits like 200 during the year, and then all of a sudden in the postseason he's Reggie Jackson. But they're strong, their entire lineup. The one interesting piece.
It looks like the most. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but just real quick, the most likely scenario, according to the odds, is Dodgers in 5 to win the series 4-1.
Dodgers in 5. Yeah, no, I can see that. But there is Bo Bichette is going to be back for the Blue Jays for the first time since like early September, and he's batting fourth. Bo Bichette's a hell of a player and very important to that lineup. So I mean, look, anything can happen. It's a crazy game, but I like the Dodgers for sure.
Okay. All right, we're here at Riot Radio Hour. Terrio's with us. We'll get to Ask Ryan coming up here in less than 10 minutes from right now. And we're talking tons of, obviously, college football. We'll get to LSU, Texas A&M picks. We'll do our pick'em segment in 20 minutes. We'll preview and predict Saints Bucks as well. But giant news, and tons of people have asked me to ask you about this today. So the other big news in college baseball is Tony Vitello taking the Giants job. First of all, do you think it can work, Tony Vitello's style managing big leaguers?
No. I mean, he's going to have to make some changes probably. But his players love him. You know, I don't know if it's the managing big leaguer piece that worries me as much as it is the control of the game piece, because Major League Baseball has changed tremendously. You know, front office folks and analytics folks are heavily involved in the lineup and the way the game's managed, and so it's not like it was 20 years ago where you have full autonomy to just do whatever you want. Those managers are taking some sort of direction from somebody. In the Giants case in particular, you've got Buster Posey, I think is the president of the team right now, who I think is an old school type mindset guy, which may play well for Tony. Look, all he's got to do, and it's real simple, is get the guys believing in him and trusting him. And I think that's what he did at Tennessee. Did he do some dumb stuff and jump in the stands and, you know, wear the daddy hat and bark and scream? And
fur coat and all
the
stuff.
The fur coat and all that stuff.
Like, that wouldn't play in a clubhouse, would it?
Look, tell me. I'm trying to not be the get off my lawn old guy yelling at the clouds. And, you know, I walked uphill in the snow to school every day. I think that I could see where there's a place for it with the right personnel. The season is so long. You almost need some of those antics to keep guys
What did
engaged.
Joe Madden who always bring like animals in the clubhouse, like peacocks?
Dude, he
and-
did all kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Them guys loved it.
Dinosaurs.
He would have like special guests in the clubhouse, actors. I mean, Dusty Baker did that. I could see Tony doing that. And look, I've spent some time with him the last couple years. Yeah, we see that on TV, but I watched him when Tennessee came to Baton Rouge last year, and Skip was out there, and we were doing our alumni game, I believe it was. Tony navigated through everybody, like where's Skip? Where's Skip? He didn't know Skip, and just wanted to go shake the man's hand and introduce himself. Got one of his photographers to come take a picture with he and Skip. He knew my name. He knew Blair Barbier's name. Like, he knew. I'd never really met him. He was very intentional. Sure. I kind of saw a different side of him at that moment. I'm like, this guy's not too bad. I hated him before.
Makes sense why he's a great recruiter, right?
Yeah.
I mean, don't all the great recruiters do that? Like, they make everybody feel special.
Yeah, and he did. And he did. So, look, I'm hopeful. I think it's really cool if this can actually happen. I've often wondered how Skip would do in the big leagues. I think this will be a great indication. I'm not comparing Tony and Skip by any means, but making that jump, man, that's not something that happens every day. But theoretically, it should. If you can coach baseball, you can coach baseball.
Yeah. Well, I'm fired up that he's out of the SEC. I mean, he was the single biggest hurdle that Jay Johnson had to clear. I mean, if it was 1A, 1B in whatever order with those two as the best recruiters, the most tireless recruiters in college baseball, it was Tony Vitello and Jay Johnson. And now Tony Vitello's gone. I mean, it's natural to assume Tennessee is going to take a step back. It's just you don't have the guy that was the kingpin. So see how it goes. It'll be a fascinating test case to see. The money's going to be interesting, too. He's making $3 million at Tennessee.
Yeah.
And I was talking to one of our mutual friends about what big league managers make. That's not public. You don't just put that out there like. I mean, some guys like Roberts makes 8. I think Boone's making 7, maybe. But, kind of let me believe the average is around 1.8, 2, something in that range.
Yeah, but here's the difference. He gets an off season.
Yeah.
In college baseball, there's no off. His off season is actually probably harder than in season from a recruiting standpoint. He's going to be able to go home.
He's also got to play 162.
No, he does, but he's going to be able to go home and relax.
Yeah.
And be able to decompress, where he doesn't. You can't do that in college.
All right. Be a fascinating test case to see what happens there with Tony Vitello and the San Francisco Giants. All right, it's after further review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here on a Friday edition of AFR from Don Juan Cigar Bar, presented by Pinhook Bourbon. Always love telling you about Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com. lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Gents, Christmas season's here. Holidays are nigh. If you're thinking of popping the question, Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. They've been helping people around Louisiana get engaged for 4 decades. It's because no matter your budget, they're always going to give you the Lee Michaels experience because they're buying for 10 stores. They have the selection, and they can give you great value as well. It's not like the cookie cutter of a big box store or, unfortunately with boutiques, sometimes you don't have the best selection and you overpay. Lee Michaels is that perfect, I think Goldilocks. It's just right. Great selection, great prices, awesome customer service. It's Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com. All right, y'all, it's after further review. Glad you're hanging out with us here. Terrio's with us. We're at Don Juan Cigar Bar, presented by Pinhook Bourbon. Come by, get you a cigar, have a pour of Pinhook Bourbon, craft cocktails, or wherever you are, grab some Pinhook Bourbon for this weekend with some great football to enjoy your football weekend. We're going to knock out our final break of hour number 2. We'll do Ask Ryan to wrap up the hour next. So get your questions in for Terrio. Email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Ask Ryan is next.
After further review.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. You've been injured in an accident. It's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Get Gordon and get it done. You can always go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com. Confirmed also this week, we're going to start doing some remote broadcasts in conjunction with Gordon, his teams, his location. So like the Thursday before Bama, we'll be at Court to Table. Excited about that. And then actually December the 11th, we're going to be at Gordon's office in Baton Rouge, the main office in Baton Rouge. So that's one thing he's going to do, his bicycle giveaway around the Christmas time. So we're really excited to be there because we talk plenty about Gordon. You see the billboards and you know that what he does and you see big numbers and all the settlements that they get and what they recover for their clients. And all that's a very important thing. It's what they do. But they're so community-oriented and driven as well to give back to the communities they serve. It's one of the reasons I love being able to tell you about Gordon McKernan every single day. So you know what to do. Go to getgordon.com. Get Gordon and get it done.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Blessed Builder School.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
While Louisiana politics can seem like they're from another planet, Moon Griffon isn't afraid to bring politicians back down to earth. Listen to the Moon Griffon Show weekday mornings at 9 on Talk 107.3.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient, and the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit louisianapropane.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they...
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, we're wrapping up hour number 2. Time for Ask Ryan. You get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Lots of ways that you can get involved in the show. Kate says, Ask Ryan. With the Dodgers' dominance not seeming to end soon, what are your thoughts on the salary cap issue that'll be a pain point in the upcoming CBA negotiation?
It will be. It's I wouldn't be shocked if we didn't have baseball, if there was a bit of a strike on this next go-around of negotiations. Kind of coming to that point, I believe. I hope they can figure it out beforehand, though.
Thomas asked Ryan, best sponsor of AFR.
Oh, man, it's got to be Parrish Construction and Roofing.
Great point. How could it not be?
It's got to be Parrish. I think a close second would be South Point. OGs.
There are OGs? Darren James
Darren
an OG?
James is an OG. Let's see, Brandon Holly in Relief Windows been pretty steadfast. Shout out.
That ash just fell.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's it. That's what I got.
How about that? Spilled all that ash everywhere.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. It's party foul. I was trying to keep all the smoke away from you, and the ash just fell.
You're good,
My
bro.
bad. Sean asked Ryan, as a member of the LSU Presidential Search Committee, what qualities are you looking for in a new president? Are you going to ask him for a medal for saving Baton Rouge from the fire last year? You did. You saved it.
Yeah, I did that. I should have a key to the city or a day. But whatever, that's another totally different discussion. I need to talk to Sid about that, matter of fact.
Okay.
Qualities, I'm looking for a leader. I'm looking for somebody that can marry multiple campuses. I think that's important. And, yeah, I mean, it's going to be it's a fun deal going on right now, and I'm just excited for the next present. It's going to be cool.
Ask Ryan, is January 5th a good day to start dyeing Easter eggs?
Yeah, right. I mean, and I do love Christmas, and I love Christmas lights.
By the way,
I do. But
I was in your office today at Parrish. You received a phone call from your middle child, your eldest daughter, who is excited because she did what today? What did she do today? What did Macy Theriot do today?
She put a little peppermint in her coffee.
And who was really complimentary and excited about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we started singing. What did we start singing?
Deck the halls.
No. Hark the
Hair. Y'all did.
Angels
Yes.
sing.
If you've not tried Pinhook Bourbon, you got to, man. I was actually at dinner with some clients on Wednesday, ordered an old fashioned with Pinhook Rye. It's super versatile spirit, neat, rocks in a cocktail. Trust me, it's affordable, it's delicious. Try Pinhook Bourbon today, pinhookbourbon.com. All right, y'all, hour 3 kicks off. We'll do our Pick'em segment when we come back next from Don Juan Cigar Bar.
AFR.
Brought to you by Shawbills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com, with locations all over South Louisiana. Find the location nearest you at ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. So Martin over at Shawbills, I know you love Shawbills. Martin over at Shawbills texted me, and there is a deal that they have going on at Shawbills through next Friday, so through the end of the month, okay? They are stacking mail-in, two $80 stackable mail-in rebates.
Okay.
And, so it's $160, and $118 free installation with your Shawbills credit card. That is $278 off a set of Michelin tires.
That's basically free.
How about that? $278 off a set of Michelin tires right now at Shawbills, only through the end of this month. I tell you all the time, they will combine the manufacturer offer, the in-house offer to get you the best price possible on the best tires on the road. It's at Shawbills. ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. Shawbills, we keep you rolling.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs. From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Raising Cane's is our victory meal.
Football fans are some of the most dedicated fans in sports. It's a fundamental quality we share, and that fuels every single order of our hand-battered chicken fingers. Wherever there's football, there's Raising Cane's.
One love. Let's go.
Every winner knows a great play starts with a solid game plan and the right team by your side. At Sunshine, we're here to keep your operation running strong. From tractors to harvesters, we've got the John Deere equipment you need to tackle every job with confidence. Because when the work's done right, there's more time for the things that matter, like cheering on your favorite team. Make Sunshine Quality Solutions part of your playbook this season and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Blessed Children's School.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm John Ryder. Eagles star receiver A.J. Brown with a hamstring injury has been ruled out for Sunday's game against the Giants. With Bryce Young dealing with a sprained ankle, the Panthers will start 15-year veteran Andy Dalton at quarterback for Sunday's game against Buffalo. Dalton not getting the start.
Yeah, I mean, I think every opportunity that gets to be out there, I'm going to enjoy every moment. You never know how many you're going to get, and so for me, I'm just excited. If I get to be out there to get a chance to play, I was excited. Obviously, you hate that Bryce got hurt in the game, but I get to be in there, get to be a part of it and kind of impact the game. So every chance you get, you look forward to it.
Panthers going for their fourth straight win when they host the Bills. It's on ESPN Radio on Sunday at noon Eastern. Lamar Jackson, a full participant in Ravens practice today, has been missed the last two games with a hamstring injury. Head coach John Harbaugh didn't say whether the two-time MVP would start on Sunday with Baltimore hosting Chicago. Game 1 of the World Series tonight in Toronto between the Blue Jays and the Dodgers, and on ESPN Radio coverage coming up at 7 Eastern.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's rock! You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again. Guess who's back? Back again.
I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
With Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Let me find out you and spank the hundred good, spank the hundred good.
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR live from Don Juan Cigar Bar, presented by Pinhook Bourbon. Matt Theriot's here. Musso, Paulie back in studio. Alondra Villarreal is producing on site. We appreciate y'all for hanging out with 1 hour to go before we send you off into your football weekend. Tigers, Aggies, Saints, Bucks. We got a lot to do. 15 minutes, we'll give you Saints Bucks preview. We'll give you LSU Texas A&M preview prediction at the bottom of this hour. We'll wrap it up with Ask Ryan, so a ton still to do. I was talking to Musso and Paul earlier today. Because you haven't been here the last 2 weeks, nope. I was asking Paul, I was like, well, what do we do? What did you do with Theriot's picks? Like, what happened? Did he get just a no contest, or did he get zeros? And Paulie said he gave you an offer. What do you think about that?
Man, I think it sucks.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but, it kind of is what it is.
Paulie, do me a favor and flash that graphic up on the screen, if you would, of our records. Because the thing that Muse pointed out, actually, and appropriately, is that even with, 3 weeks where you've gotten an offer.
Right.
Your record, you're way below 500, obviously, wearing these zeros. But it's still not awful. I mean, you're at 31-46, and you've had 3 offer weekends. You know what I mean? So you've got, and I don't know, we only did 8 games last week. I don't know why we only did 8 games. And they told me the week before I did 9 games. We always do 10. I don't know. Last week was manic at Friends in Low Places bars. So that maybe explains it. But in any event. So
you're saying there's a chance?
No, what I'm telling you is, but for your offers, you'd actually be crushed. So you're at 31-46. So you've taken an 0-8, an 0-9, That's 17, and I think you had an 0-10 earlier, so it's 27. You've 27 of your 46 losses were during over weeks.
Yeah.
So it's not to say that you would have won all 27, but you wouldn't have gone 0-27. So
it's doubtful.
So anyway, you're doing okay. But by the way, your boys at 45 and 32. I mean, I'm at a 584 winning clip here. Not terrible. Not terrible. Whatever.
Yeah, look, I don't like the zeros one bit.
Take that up with Paul O'Neill. I didn't tell him to do it.
Yeah.
You take that up with Paul O'Neill.
Yep.
By the way, shout out to Kaylin Chio and Lexi Zeiss, LSU, elite, awesome LSU gymnasts, and great young people as well. They were on the Our Lady of the Lake trip with us. I see you got your FMOL shirt on today. A big shout out to our friends at Our Lady of the Lake, Championship Health Partner of LSU Athletics, great partners of ours here on AFR as well. They sponsored our trip last week, our show last week in Nashville, and they've done so many NIL deals, which is, of course, as a Championship Health partner, not only are they responsible for caring for the student athletes and the students and everyday partners like you and me, everyday champions like you and me, meaning you, the audience, not Terry, but yes, but Terry, all of us.
Yeah, you're a champ. We're champion. You're a champion.
But that's their verbiage as a Championship Health partner. But they've done tons of NIL deals. Garrett Nussmeier, Bauer Sharp, Jack Pyburn, Harold Perkins. Well, also Lexi Zeiss, Kaylin Chio are two of the LSU gymnasts that are part of their NIL deal roster as well at Our Lady of the Lake. So they were our pickers a week ago, and they both went 4-4.
Okay.
Again, I don't know why we only did 8 games. I can't believe I had a brain fart and we didn't get to 10, but they went 4-4 on their picks. So, all right, hit the music if you would, Muse. We'll get through it. 10 games here, and maybe this is a good point in the season where we can say, all right, let's see how it goes heretofore, you against me, since you've worn the collar 3 times.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that if you wanted to just kind of press the reset button.
No, we're not pressing the reset button. I will just see how it goes as well.
Okay,
heretofore.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting what your number would be. Sans the 3 offers, but like I said, you can't just assume wins.
No.
So that's why that's where the problem is.
Yeah, I mean, probably the best thing to do would just be to kind of go okay, you won the first half. Let's do the second half and see how that goes.
Maybe we'll do that. All right, let's start with Ole Miss at Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. Ole Miss took their first loss of the season last week at Georgia. Now they got to go back on the road against the Sooners. Who you like?
I like Ole Miss bounce back, big win over there in Norman.
I am going Oklahoma. I think Ole Miss got exposed for what they are. They're a good offensive team. They're going against what I think is the best defense in the SEC, and Ole Miss's defense is poo-poo, as we've continued to see. And the fact that LSU couldn't score against them was the biggest red flag I've seen so far this year. Oklahoma, John Mateer getting healthier at home. Oklahoma all day, big win. Ole Miss back-to-back losses. South Florida at Memphis. Before you roll your eyes, these are 2 teams that are competing for the top of the American, and one of these very likely is going to end up in the college football playoff. It's at Memphis.
South Florida at Memphis. I don't know. Who's better? Who's better here?
They're both 6-1. South Florida beat Florida. Memphis beat Arkansas. 2 SEC teams that fired their coaches.
Give me South Florida.
I'm going to take South Florida as well. It's at Memphis. Phil Steele, if you miss it in the first hour, liked Memphis in this game, getting 6.5 at home. I think he liked them to win outright as well. I do not. I've been very impressed with South Florida. I like South Florida on the road to win. The Infidelity Bowl, Auburn at Arkansas. Hugh Freeze against Bobby Petrino.
Give me Arkansas here in this one.
I agree. One of the best offenses in the country. Auburn, their defense is awful at Arkansas, but Auburn has been unable to move the football. Bobby Petrino is a really good coach, and if he has a chance to stick it to Hugh Freeze and put the final nail in that coffin, he'll do it. I like Arkansas as well. Bama at South Carolina. Any chance of a letdown here with Bama? 4 straight ranked opponents. Now they got to go on the road to sleepy South Carolina.
No, I don't think so. I think we're going to see. Bama win this one, bud.
I'm with you on Bama as well, but I'll say today what I said week 1 when we sat right here. When I said, don't you go losing to Florida State.
Okay.
Look, I don't think it's going to happen, but don't you go losing to Florida State now. Because here's the thing about Kalen DeBose. He's been good as a favorite.
Okay.
I'm sorry, against ranked teams. He has faced 3 unranked teams as a double-digit favorite and lost outright.
Oh.
Double-digit favorite on the road this week against an unranked team. I'm just saying. Look, South Carolina ain't good. But Lenore Sellers,
Oh, come on.
What?
No.
I'm picking Bama.
Okay.
I'm just saying, don't you go losing that game. Don't give me a reason to play 0-4 Tuna on Monday. I mean, I really wish you would give me a reason to play 0-4 Tuna on Monday, but you don't give me a reason. Missouri at Vanderbilt. College game days there, by the way. How weird is that?
Yeah, that's real weird. Give me Vandy here.
I agree. Give me Vandy. I think Missouri's a fraud. Bo Prabula is not very good. Vandy is a legitimate team, and they're a line of scrimmage team as well. I don't think Bo Prabula is good. He's been exposed. So, yes, give me Vanderbilt at home. No letdown there for the Commodores. BYU at Iowa State. Big 12 is wide open. Undefeated BYU at 2-loss Iowa State. Iowa State, actually, despite being an unranked team, is a small favorite over BYU.
What's BYU's record?
BYU's undefeated. They're 7-0 and they're ranked. Iowa State's had a lot of injuries this year, and they're unranked and they've lost a couple times. They're down their 2 starting corners in this game. BYU is. I'm trying to find. Forgive me. I'm trying to get the ranking.
They're good.
But they're undefeated.
Yeah.
BYU's undefeated.
Yeah, give me BYU there.
BYU's had a couple of close calls the last few weeks. I had Utah last week to beat. I keep betting against BYU. I had Arizona 2 weeks ago. BYU was down 10 and came back in the last 5 minutes of the game to force overtime, won it in overtime. I had Utah last week. Utah kept throwing up on themselves in the red zone. I'm going to keep putting my hand on that stove. I'm going against BYU again. Give me Iowa State with the outright win. Illinois at Washington.
Give me the Illini here.
I'm with you. Forgive me. I'm taking Washington at home. Give me Jetfish Washington at home to win that game. Baylor at Cincinnati, another one. Cincinnati's team that's undefeated in their conference right now. 6-1, 4-0 in the Big 12. Baylor, kind of a disappointing record at 4-3, 2-2, but a team that may be better than their record shows.
Dude, I like Cincinnati. I'm going to go with Cincinnati right here. They got some freaks on that defensive line. Give me Cincinnati.
I'm going to go Baylor only because I think part of the reason Baylor's record is what it is because they played a tougher schedule. So I'm going to go Baylor on the road. Not super confident about it, but I'm going to go Baylor on the road to win this game. Houston at Arizona State. That's another giant one in the Big 12.
Yeah, I gotta go with the home team here. I think it's 2 good teams. I don't know. Maybe Houston. Houston's got a better quarterback. Give me ASU.
Yeah, Sam Levitt's back. Big win last week. The only question really is the letdown effect. They beat undefeated Texas Tech last week. Is this the field storm fade? Do you have a little bit of a letdown? Because they're at home, I'm going to go Arizona State again this week to beat Houston. And finally, LSU, Texas A&M.
Give me the Tigers in this one. What was my pick earlier? I think it was 27-24.
All right, 27-24. You're such a homer.
I'm the biggest homer. I really am.
All right, I'll give you my pick at the bottom of the hour when we do our full segment previewing and predicting the game for LSU and Texas A&M. It's After Further Review. We are here live from Don Juan Cigar Bar. Glad to have you hanging out with us here. We are brought to you by South Point Volkswagen and SouthPointVW.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at SouthPointVW.com, SouthPointVW.com. Had a guy message me, like DM me on Facebook or something like that. Was like, hey, I know you used to talk about South Point Volkswagen. Wife and I are considering buying a Taos. It's like, not used to. Still do. Have since forever.
Since the beginning.
Since the beginning of time.
Yes.
As far as the show is concerned in any event. Yeah, and look, go outside the front right there. Black Volkswagen Atlas Crossport. It's mine.
Yep.
Come to my house, white Volkswagen Atlas on the left side of the garage. That's Erica. We're a Volkswagen family. Drive a Volkswagen once and you'll understand it. So go test drive. Airline just north of Highland. Shop them online to see the entire inventory at SouthPointVW.com. SouthPointVW.com. South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction? All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. Thanks for hanging out with us here on this Football Friday edition. Terrio's here. Alondra's here. Muse, Paulie are back in studio. Love coming to Don Juan here on these Football Fridays. We are presented today by Pinhook Bourbon. Learn more at pinhookbourbon.com. Pinhookbourbon.com. You can learn about their vertical series. Not the horizontal series, the vertical series.
Tell me about it.
Same mash bills, same ingredients, but it's just every year they have a different age release, right? So it's the same juice that's just been aged another year. And every year they release a portion of their allocation. Okay. Like the 8-year, the 9-year, the 10-year, every year subsequent. So I think it'll be released through 2032, I think. So it'll be the 16-year, and that'll be the end of the vertical series. But you find it, grab it. It's awesome. It's Pinhook, pinhookbourbon.com. All right, it's After Further Review. Let's not get a break. We'll come back. We'll pick Saints. We'll give you a preview and prediction on Saints, Bucks, two teams that have had very uneven starts or very polar opposite starts to this season. But Saints getting healthy, Bucks very, very injured. How much might that play a factor Sunday in the Dome? We'll talk about it when we come back. Stay with us here. It's AFR.
AFR.
I love telling you about our friends over at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness because the thing that they do, the intention of that business is to help you feel better, whatever that may be. Hormone replacement therapy is a massive part of what they do. If you've never had your blood labs drawn, if you've heard people talk about HRT, and you just want to learn more, it starts with a consult. I'm going to tell you exactly what happens. You're going to go in, they're going to draw your blood labs, they're going to run your labs, and they're going to tell you your hormone levels, your testosterone, your growth hormone, all these different levels. And then they can devise a plan to see if they can safely and affordably supplement you to healthy levels. And that will help in so many different ways. How you feel, your waking energy, your mood, your libido, your ability to burn fat, build muscle, all these different things to how you feel. But it starts with that consultation. So log on to yourgoodwood.com.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
Need security services you can count on? With Veteran Security Services, you're always protected. Locally owned and proudly serving the Gulf Coast, they're not some big national firm chasing profits. They're neighbors protecting neighbors. From petrochemical plants and healthcare facilities to port and maritime operations, Veteran Security delivers reliable protection you can trust. Choose community. Choose confidence. Choose Veteran Security Services. Visit veteransecurityfirm.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
Parish Construction and Roofing. This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs. From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Tiger Country is 100.7 The Tiger. In the car on 100.7 FM or on the 100.7 The Tiger app.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Yeah, a ton of respect for Baker's journey. To go have success in Cleveland, have to navigate some things through a couple years there, going to a couple other spots, and then coming out on top in Tampa and playing just phenomenal football. Again, he's playing as well as anyone in this league. His confidence, his swagger, his decisiveness, it shows up each and every week. His ability to make big plays, and they've won a bunch of games down the stretch because the ball's in his hands, and that's all the credit you can ask for from a quarterback.
Kellen Moore talking about Bucs quarterback Baker Mayfield, who before last week was likely the front runner for the MVP. Monday Night Football, the Bucs get smashed by the Lions 24-9. Mahomes has been Mahomesian of late, and so maybe you've seen that flip a little bit. But what Kellen Moore said there is right about this Tampa Bay team. They have found a way to win games. They beat the Falcons 23-20 in Week 1. They beat the Texans 20-19 in Week 2, both those games on the road. They come home against the Jets and find a way 29-27. They lost a close game at the Eagles, but then they went to Seattle, won 38-35, and they put it on San Francisco 30-19. They started 5-1 before losing on Monday Night Football in Detroit against a really good Detroit team and a defense led by former Tiger Kelvin Shepherd on Monday, which is one of the really interesting things. And you have talked about this for years, for as long as I've known you. Probably the thing that's maybe the most understated or underrated factor that people don't talk about with professional athletes is travel. Yeah. Now, I know in baseball, there's way more games and everything, but look at this week. Tampa plays on Monday night in Detroit. They lose that game 24-9. They fly home late Monday night to Tampa, right? Tuesday's an off day. Wednesday they don't practice because it's just a walkthrough at that point because they played the day. Everything's set back a day. So they practice Thursday. They practice Friday. They're going to fly to New Orleans on Saturday and then play a game on Sunday. Yeah. I mean, it's a quick turnaround, a short week. They got 17 guys on the injury report. There's no Mike Evans, who will be lost to the end of the season. There's no Chris Godwin. Hassan Reddick, their best edge rusher, is out for this game. And Vita Vea, their zero technique nose tackle, who's an awesome player, who's a Pro Bowl player, was injured in practice this week with a foot injury. He ended up not practicing Thursday, Friday, and he's questionable for the game on Sunday. So it's one of those things where the quick turnaround and the injuries that have bitten Tampa make them look not quite like the team that was finding a way to win so many games early in the season when, as you heard Kellen Moore say, they found a way with Baker.
Yeah. Look, the travel absolutely plays a major role in this thing. Pro athletes in general are creatures of habit. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You'll find yourself eating the same meals, wearing the same outfits, obviously not on consecutive days, but in the superstition of repetitiveness is a real thing. And so anytime in travel you get thrown off a little bit, it makes it difficult. I'll say this, though, we can talk about the injuries and all that all you want, but, I mean, Baker Mayfield is just on a whole nother level ever since putting that uniform on.
He's playing awesome, man.
And I always have to go with the quarterback, man, and the guy that just, you say, finds a way to win. It's not the Bucs finding a way. It's Baker Mayfield finding a way to win, playing off point pretty much the entire game. And so, man, I don't have a whole lot of hope there for that one.
So whenever I'm undecided on a game, I look at three things. I look at quarterback, coach, and venue. I'm not undecided on this game, by the way, but quarterback, you're right. Baker clearly over Spencer Rattler at this point. I mean, we were just talking about how Baker up until this week was getting lead MVP love.
Yeah.
Coach, it's hard to go against Todd Bowles. I mean, Kellen Moore is the first-year head coach who's 1-6 out the gate. Todd Bowles, they've won the division the last 2 years. And in this game a year ago, Todd Bowles twice made life hell for Spencer Rattler. And you look at the venue, this is the game, this is in the Dome, but the Saints so far this year at home are 1-3, and last year in the Dome they were 3-6. That means they're 4-9. They're 4-9 in their last 13 in the Dome. I mean, it's just it's not what in the Saints' heyday. The Dome was as tough a place for anybody to play in the league. The Saints were rocking. The place was bonkers. It's loud. It's indoors. All the noise bouncing around. It's just not that anymore. So much of that is the crowd feeding off the team and the team feeding off the crowd. And when you're not very good, a lot of that goes by the wayside. And one more point as well, just speaking of Rattler played both games against Tampa a year ago. And in the first half of the game in the Dome, the Saints got down, and then they put up a 27-point second quarter behind Rattler. At halftime, Todd Bowles says, bleep this, we're just blitzing the hell out of you. And the second half was miserable, and the Saints ended up losing 51-27. Saints get shut out in the second half, and that Tampa defense just crushed Rattler. He ended up 22 of 40 for 243, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. And then in the game in Tampa, the Saints only scored 19 points, and it was a repeat. He was 26 of 42 for 240, a touchdown. So he protected the football better. But again, like, the inability to run the football, having to throw 40-plus times, it's not a recipe for success against Todd Bowles' defense, which has had a lot of success against this quarterback in particular in the 2 games that they faced him a year ago. Tampa's just a better team.
Tampa's a good team. Tampa's a better team for sure. And the Saints are not very good. I mean, let's be honest. You mentioned them getting healthy. Who's getting healthy?
Well, you look at the injury report, and you've lost Eric McCoy, and you've lost Kendre Miller for the season. But everybody else on the injury report is available. Devon Gottschall had a rest day, but Juwan Johnson, Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave, Chase Young are the others listed. They all practice, and they're all going to play. So you don't have anybody who's questionable or out for this game other than the season-ending injuries to McCoy and Miller. But you look at Tampa, they got 17 dudes on their injury report. Like I mentioned, Chris Godwin's out, Luke Haggard's out, Bucky Irving's out, Hassan Reddick is out, and then Vita Vea is questionable for this football game. So your top 2 receivers are out, although Emeka Egbuka has been awesome. Your lead running back, Bucky Irving, is out. Your best pass rusher, Hassan Reddick, is out. Vita Vea is questionable. So that's
reading that
that's
report.
Not nothing.
I'm reading that report. Teddy Bridgewater's out with teeth. So what we got? He got a new grill?
Guy needs to make sure he's flossing.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on with Teddy.
Damn.
Maybe had a root canal or something. I don't know. But yeah, Teddy missed practice this week with teeth. He's got teeth.
Missed practice with teeth. Okay.
Missed practice with teeth. So what do you think?
I think the Bucs are going to win. It's first time picking against the Saints this year, but
That's
I'm
not
off.
true.
I'm off the Saints train.
I think you picked against them when they played the Giants when I picked them to win.
Yeah, that's right. Who are you picking?
So for what it's worth, not that this has been super hard, I've hit every game for the Saints so far this year. The only game I picked them to win was the Giants, and they won that game at home. So I've had a really good finger on the pulse with this team. I don't think it's been particularly hard because a lot of this has been the Saints being a not very good team, playing teams that are just flat better than them. I think this is a game that's very similar to the games we've seen the Saints play in the Dome already this year. They have been better at home. The Saints have played closer games at home. They've been blown out on the road. All 3 road games, they've lost by double digits at Seattle, at Buffalo, and then last week in Chicago. They just have not been able to take it on the road and perform well. At home, they've been in position to win all of their games at home. They've been in position to win all of them. They've had opportunities. But when you're not a good team, you don't capitalize on those opportunities. And the Saints are not a good team. And I'm not criticizing Spencer Rattler as the reason the Saints are 1-6, but the point that I've made about Rattler is he's not at a point where he's capable of elevating the team.
Yeah.
Like what you just said about Baker late in games making plays. They played San Francisco 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and there was a play right before halftime where Baker does this Houdini thing on a 3rd and long, and he avoids the sack, he breaks out of a tackle, he runs for the first down, and the next play, boom, Tez gets a deep ball down the middle, and just a fingertip grab on the nose of the football, and it's like a lesser player is taking the sack.
Yeah.
Baker keeps the drive going, then boom, drops a dime, and they score, and it's like those are the types of differentiators that Baker Mayfield is making for this team and that Spencer Rattler hasn't made. Again, I don't think Rattler's costing the Saints games, but he's not elevating a team that needs someone that can elevate them. Like those Drew Brees teams, the back-to-back-to-back 7 and 9 teams in 14, 15, 16, those were terrible defensive teams that were void of talent largely on offense outside of Drew. But they were 7 and 9 because they had a Hall of Fame quarterback. If they had a lesser player, those are 2-3 win teams picking in the top 5 of the draft. But he elevated them. And then, of course, they hit in the 17 draft, and they went on that second great run. That's what Rattler's not capable of doing right now. And I don't think even with an injured Tampa Bay team, I don't think he's capable of doing it. I also think the other part of this weekend is, and you can say this is funny or whatever, but Mike D gave us this betting angle years ago where teams that lose their starting center fail to cover the spread the next week 80% of the time. And Eric McCoy was injured, so they're going into this game without their starting center, new starting center, Luke Fortner. So I think the Vita Vea injury is very significant. If Fortner has to mess with Vita Vea, and that dude is just bum rushing, if he's available, he's bum rushing Luke Fortner right into Spencer Rattler's face the whole game. Like, that's a real problem for the Saints offense. Plus, I don't think the Saints are very good at running the football. They're not very good at running the football, just when you look at them right now, or doing much of anything offensively. The Saints they're 24th in passing, they're 22nd in rushing, they're 29th in scoring. Like, the Saints offense isn't very good. And then defensively, they allow nearly 27 points a game, which is 27th in the NFL. They're not a good team. And oh, by the way, Blake Grupe stinks. He just keeps missing kicks. So when you've had opportunities to get points, your kicker isn't converting. There's just no reason for me to pick New Orleans other than you'd say, well, the home team, division game, you're familiar with the opponent. I can't get there in this game with New Orleans. I do think it's one of those where the Saints probably in the fourth quarter or in a one-possession game and have a chance to make a play to win it. I just don't trust that they're going to do it where Baker has. So give me the Bucs 25-20 to win this game and drop the Saints to 1-7 on the season. You want to throw a score? You don't have to.
Nah, I mean, I think the Bucs are going to win.
All right. And by the way, after this, the Saints go at the Rams, at the Panthers. And like I said, every road game they've lost this year has been by double digits. And your next two are on the road after this. So I think you're looking at going into your bye 1-9. I think you're going to lose the next 3 weeks. You're going to be 1-9 going into your bye. And I'll be curious if that's the time when maybe they look at making a change and we see Tyler Shuck. Because like we keep saying, eventually you're going to have to learn what you have in Shuck to know if you're going into the draft in April looking for a quarterback in the top 5. You're going to have to play him at some point. I'm not saying it's today. I'm not saying or this weekend or in the next. But at some point, you're going to have to play him to see what it looks like against NFL defenses. Yeah. And with every loss, you're getting closer. You're getting closer to that. All right. It is after further review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here on a Friday edition of AFR from Don Juan Cigar Bar, presented by Pinhook Bourbon. We are brought to you by First South Farm Credit. Have you? What was your experience like when you called First South Farm Credit? Because you did. You talked to Tim, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
I know you keep talking about buying your own. You've told me where the land is you want to buy, but what was that experience like when you called Tim?
I learned a lot because there's a lot of misconceptions on buying land and how they work with how the financing works with your regular bank, and there was a lot of points that I didn't know. So I think making the call was super important for me, and then from a planning standpoint, like how that relationship goes with either my current bank and then you know, the seller. It was interesting, and I'll tell you, without that call, I would still have those questions.
First South Farm Credit, make that call today. If it's 1,000 acres for agriculture, you want to buy your recreational property, your hunting property, or you want 100 acres to build your family's dream home, First South Farm Credit can make it happen. FirstSouthLand.com. FirstSouthLand.com. All right, y'all, rolling along here. About half an hour to go from Don Juan Cigar Bar. When we come back, we'll give you a pick on LSU, Texas A&M, and then we'll wrap up the show with Ask Ryan. So we're glad you're hanging out with us here. Don't you move. It's AFR.
AFR.
You own a business?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you hire people?
I do.
Do you screw up sometimes when you hire them?
From time to time.
Hire the wrong people?
From time to time, that happens, yep.
And then what happens to your business?
Business suffers when that happens.
You're just not as efficient?
Yeah.
Not as profitable?
Yeah, not as efficient, profitable. The culture. It's not fun to go to work when it's not the right fit.
So, even someone who hires people relatively, seemingly a lot, what if there was a company that literally interviewed 50 people a day? Like, that's what they did. 15,000 interviews over the year. It's a lot.
Yeah.
You'd be pretty good at that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's Glow Resources. That's what they do. They cast their net to find the best permanent solution for your business, no matter what role that is in your business, no matter what business it is. They're experts at finding the right people for your business. So check them out at glowresources.com.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
In South Louisiana, you can always count on good people coming together to help our children.
At Dreams Come True, we grant wishes for Louisiana children with life-threatening illnesses. But to do this, we need funds.
That's why we're trying to raise $100,000 for Dreams Come True by giving away the Blessed Builders School.
Make your backyard's dream come true while helping our kids.
Just go to dreampoolla.com and you can find out how your $25 donation might help win you a Duplessis pool.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
Trust isn't given, it's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
I trust the lake.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Yeah, they're playing well. You know, they're undefeated. I think I've said this many times. What I'm impressed with them is how they've won, right? They've won by scoring more, playing great defense, and that's a testament that they've been able to play complementary football, right? When their offense might be struggling, the defense picks it up, and vice versa, and that's a mark of a team that should be ranked where it is.
Brian Kelly getting set to welcome in the Texas A&M Aggies to Tiger Stadium, and I know we've talked about it plenty, but LSU had an opportunity last week had they beaten Vanderbilt to create an epic night atmosphere in Tiger Stadium. Had LSU beaten Vanderbilt and they were sitting here at 6-1 with so much on the line, an undefeated third-ranked Texas A&M team coming into Baton Rouge, it would have been an epic fever pitch environment this week in Baton Rouge building up to this game. And it is still Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, but the loss has created so much negativity around the team and the program this week. People calling for Brian Kelly in the future of the program and all that sort of stuff. And similarly now, you've also got the threat of weather Saturday night, which is pushing some people even further away, the possibility of maybe it not being a full crowd or a great crowd Saturday night. The game is a sellout, but this is one of those where we've talked plenty this week about the magic or the mystique or the aura of Tiger Stadium and why it's so hard for teams to come into Baton Rouge and win at night in Death Valley. And you wonder, is some of that compromised because of the general malaise around the fan base after the loss last week and the threat of weather in Baton Rouge? Those are excuses, but it's also potential just legit reasons why it may be what it may be. I hope sincerely, look, I'm not going to be there. I'm going to watch at home, and I'm going to take notes. Like I chart the game like I always do, and I'm going to do a post-game show. And I will never, ever criticize fans for showing up late, leaving early, no showing at all. It's your time. It's your disposable income. You do with it what you want. I'm never going to criticize you for anything because I wouldn't want someone telling me what to do with my time or my money. So I'm not the guy that's ever going to sit here and point the finger at a fan. I hope it's a great atmosphere because I do think this is one of those games where the crowd can have an impact and affect a game that is probably going to be way more competitive than most people would think on its face, with third-ranked Texas A&M 7-0 coming into Baton Rouge against 5-2 LSU that has really struggled to get going offensively this season, and for a lot of reasons. Do you have a thought on the game on its face?
No, I mean, look, like you said, it looks like it should be a pretty lopsided game. LSU's not playing great. You've got your best player on defense that's out. The offense.
People have said that. I want to correct that because the best player on defense is Mansour Delane. It's not Whit Weeks. Weeks coming into the season, we were all very high on him. Mansour Delane is your best player on defense, and he is very much healthy, and I think he's very much going to have an impact on this game.
If you got your second best player on defense out, the offense has no identity. The offensive line is not playing great right now. But, for all of those reasons, it's going to be Saturday night in Death Valley. It's going to be raining. It's going to be crazy weather. We've seen crazy things happen. And also, let me just say, LSU's got good players still. Like, they have game breaker good players. They can be a good team. We haven't seen them play well. So it's not going to be a surprise that it's going to be a close game, and I wouldn't be shocked at all if LSU wins this game.
We've seen a lot has been made this week of A&M not winning in Baton Rouge since '94. The caveat, of course, is they won here in '94, and then they didn't play in Baton Rouge again until 2013. So it was nearly 20 years between those appearances. But since entering the SEC, A&M has not won in Baton Rouge. They're 0-6. And there's a reason for that. We've seen this A&M program over the decade plus that they've been in the SEC, and they've not been a very good line of scrimmage team. This is a good line of scrimmage Texas A&M team on both the offensive and defensive lines. And when you look at the game statistically, there's nowhere that LSU has an advantage. Scoring offense, elite SEC ranks. You don't need to memorize this. Just for instance, scoring offense, SEC ranks. A&M 5th with 31.5 points a game. LSU 10th, 20 points per game. Offensive yards, A&M 6th, LSU 10th. Scoring defense, LSU and A&M are 3 and 4 respectively. Total defensive yards, A&M 2, LSU 12. Rushing offense, A&M 2, LSU 12. Rushing defense, A&M 7, LSU 12. Passing defense, LSU's really good there. LSU 6th, A&M's 4th. I mean, you go up third down defense, A&M 6th, LSU 15th. That was third down offense. Third down defense, A&M's first or second in the nation. They allow teams to convert at a 14% clip. LSU's 8th. Sacks, A&M's 1, LSU's 9. I mean, you look at it, and there's nowhere that LSU has a decided advantage. Now, there's a good-on-good matchup with A&M's receivers and LSU secondary. LSU secondary is awesome with Mansour Delane, DJ Pickett, P.J. Woodland, A.J. Halsey, Tamarcus Cooley. The secondary has been awesome. And I think what LSU is going to do in this game is they're going to commit to stopping the run against a big physical offensive line and a good running back in Reuben Owens and a quarterback in Marcel Reed that can run the ball. They're going to try to commit to stop the run and make Marcel Reed throw them to win, throw the ball to beat them. And if LSU secondary can hold up, then I think LSU got a great chance of making this a really competitive ball game. And we can look at the yardage LSU gave up last week against Vanderbilt, and that's concerning. But the two really good offenses that you faced this year are Ole Miss and Vanderbilt. You say, well, both those put up a bunch of, they moved the football.
Yep.
But Ole Miss on their home field scored 24 points. It was 24-19.
Yeah.
It's not like it was a score fest. And it wasn't until the final 5 minutes of the first half that Ole Miss finally got on the board with the touchdown. And you shut them out in the fourth quarter as well, by the way. Same with Vanderbilt. You shut out Vanderbilt in the fourth quarter. You gave your offense chances to get back in it and win the football game. Vanderbilt scored 31 in that game. So it's not, which is the season high that an opponent scored against you. So the defense has given up yards, but they're still third in the conference at just 18 points a game. This is also a Texas A&M team that, as we've talked about, I believe still has a lot to prove. They're 7-0. They're 4-0 in the league, but their league wins are against Auburn, who's winless in the conference. They beat Arkansas, who's winless in the conference, Mississippi State, who's winless in the conference, and then Florida, who's 2-2 in the SEC, but lost to South Florida and fired their coach.
Right.
Like, the good win is the road win against Notre Dame, where they gave up 40 points and needed an 86-yard touchdown and a score with 13 seconds left to win it. Now, they get credit for that. It's amazing. They got an 86-yard touchdown. They scored with 13 seconds to win.
That's the only ranked team?
Only ranked team they played all year. So you wonder why the line is what it is. That's why. I mean, there's like the metrics don't speak to and then they played Auburn, who's not very good, and that was at Kyle Field. And they won that game 16-10. They put up 16 points on Auburn. So it's not like this has been a machine of an offense that's been unstoppable. And then we've seen defensively, they gave up 40 to Notre Dame. They gave up 42 last week to Arkansas. LSU's not a good offense. And I don't think LSU's scoring 40 in this football game. But you can look at these instances where UTSA scored 24, Utah State scored 22 on them as well. So there have been these moments. And then in the Mississippi State game that they won 31-9, that game, State was winning that game 3-0 until A&M scored with a minute 51 to play in the first half. A&M on their home field was being shut out in the first half by Mississippi State until they scored with a minute 51 to play in the first half. So, and then they ran away with it in the second half. A&M ended up with a 17-point third quarter that really gave them their separation. But it was 14-3 going into the fourth quarter.
This is A&M's year. Look at that schedule that you just showed.
I know.
I mean, they don't play anybody.
That's the point. Is that, and they were at home for the chunk of the first half of the season, except for their game at Notre Dame. Wow. Now they played at Arkansas. And they go to LSU, but 3 of their last 5 are road conference games against ranked teams, at LSU, at Missouri, and at Texas. So they're going to have some challenges, but they avoid Bama and they avoid Georgia and they avoid some of the tough games in the conference. So it is set up for them.
Yeah.
But they're about to go into the gauntlet that's the toughest stretch. And one of the things that I always point out, it is very hard to win back-to-back road conference games, which is what A&M is trying to do. They've done that once since they joined the league, and it was the first year they were in the league with Johnny Manziel in 2012. They actually won 3 straight road conference games. So I believe A&M has a lot of questions they still have to answer if they're going to be a contender. But the question for this weekend is A&M capable of coming to Baton Rouge and winning? And I believe A&M, through 7 games, has proven to be a more complete team.
Absolutely.
Both sides of the ball. I think LSU absolutely has a chance to win this football game. I just don't believe I can't with sincerity tell you I believe the LSU offense is going to get going, because we haven't seen it through 7 games. And until I see it, I can't predict it to happen. I said the same thing a week ago. I thought LSU would win, but I thought they would win a lower scoring game. Last week, LSU scored on 5 of their first 6 possessions, but they settled for 3 field goals because they can't finish drives. Is that going to change? If it does Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, then I think LSU will win. I just can't predict that to happen. So I'm going to pick A&M to win a lower scoring game than most may think. I'm going to pick A&M 27-20, but it's a game that I think is going to be a game in the fourth quarter where LSU is going to have a chance to go make a play like last year against Ole Miss, to make a play to win it. We'll see if they can. I hope they can, but until I see them do it offensively, it's hard for me to pick them to do it.
I got the Tigers. Like I said, 27-24.
All right, you're going 27-24 LSU. I'm going 27-20 A&M. All right, it's after further review. We're here at Don Juan Cigar Bar. We'll wrap up the show with Ask Ryan next. Don't you move here. It's Football Friday edition of AFR from Don Juan Cigar Bar, presented by Pinhook Bourbon.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time.
Or you don't pay a dime.
752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001. Have you had your preseason heater safety check yet? No, you haven't? Why not?
I don't know. I don't know if that. I may have. I might have.
You need to do it. Can you remember the last time you did it? Preseason heater safety check?
Yeah, they come every year.
Good. If you can't remember the last time you had your preseason heater safety check, then today is the day you're calling. Actually, this is the moment right now that you're calling. I want you to get your phone right now, and I want you to call 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001. Call right. You will talk right now to, not to a computer, to an answering service. You will talk to a living, breathing human being that will get you scheduled for your preseason heater safety check. It'll extend the life of your heater. It'll make your heater more efficient during the cold weather months, and most importantly, keep your family safe. Preseason heater safety check, River City's 1 Hour Air.
Need security services you can count on? With Veteran Security Services, you're always protected. Locally owned and proudly serving the Gulf Coast, they're not some big national firm chasing profits. They're neighbors protecting neighbors. From petrochemical plants and healthcare facilities to port and maritime operations, Veteran Security delivers reliable protection you can trust. Choose community.
Choose confidence. Choose Veteran Security Services. Visit veteransecurityfirm.com.
Raising Cane's is our victory meal.
Football fans are some of the most dedicated fans in sports. It's a fundamental quality we share, and that fuels every single order of our hand-battered chicken fingers. Wherever there's football, there's Raising Cane's.
One love. Let's go.
Parish Construction and Roofing. This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs. From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Hi, this is Beth Tarina. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient. And you will have your pool in no time.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Down the stretch we come. Final segment here on a Football Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We're live from Don Juan Cigar Bar and presented by Pinhook Bourbon. Big shout out again, man, to our friends at Pinhook Bourbon. If you've never grabbed a bottle of Pinhook Bourbon, do it. And one of the things I love about Pinhook too, it's one of those ones that I'll tell you is what I say often: just because something's expensive doesn't mean it's good. Just because something's good doesn't mean it's expensive. That's Pinhook. You can find Pinhook at a totally reasonable price point. We're talking about less than $50. I mean, I don't have it in front of me, but I think the Riot retail is like $37, something like that. It's super approachable from a price standpoint. You can get it at local retailers. If they don't have it, ask for Pinhook Bourbon. You find it at your local watering holes as well. It's really fantastic. They're blenders. They're super creative. All their vintages are expressive. Check it out. And big hat tip, Sean Josephs, who's the master blender who lives in New Orleans. My buddy Joe Juba, who helped put this deal together, who works for Pinhook Bourbon. Couldn't be. Before we ever did this deal with Pinhook, Pinhook Rye and the Pinhook Bourbon, the green label and the orange label wax bottles are always on my bar. I always have a bottle of Pinhook. So highly, highly, highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Check it out. We appreciate Pinhook Bourbon. All right. Here we go. Wrap up with a little Ask Ryan. Get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Oh, look at this. No. It's Jerry. Oh, man. Michael Oops sent a picture. It's Jerry Sullivan doing some combine training. All right, Ray, Ask Ryan. Is Alondra as nice in person as she seems on air?
Yep. She sure is.
Shout out Alondra. Alondra's awesome. Ask Matt, I think Ryan should get the opposite of your picks on days he doesn't pick. I guess maybe. We'll figure that out. Craig asked Ryan, I'll be in the stand Thanksgiving week. Are you getting ready to take down some big bucks and Bambi? Your buddy Matt won't shoot him, but he will eat them. Got to hook him up.
He will. I needed to get a little bit.
I'm not opposed to shooting. I'm just not going to sit in a stand to shoot, like sit all day and wait and shoot a deer. I don't like. That's not fun for me.
Yeah, I need to get a little bit cooler, but no, I'm excited. I'm getting excited. I'm starting to get there.
Corey, ask Ryan, what's your drink of choice on game day?
Just beer. Beer, probably.
Seth, ask Ryan, Dodgers in 4?
No, I don't think it'll be 4. I actually think the Blue Jays win tonight.
Okay. At home, game 1. Greg Lehman, ask Ryan. Man, that Pavia guy sure is a good quarterback, am I right?
Yep, he can really play. He can play, Greg.
He's pretty good, Greg.
Yep, he's a good football player.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Johnny Manziel.
Richard, ask Ryan. If you could dictate this, would you make all MLB teams have an outdoor stadium or a dome? That's an interesting question.
Probably all dome, I would imagine.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, it just takes the weather variable out of the whole thing, and rain delays are stupid. And
rain delays are stupid. That's true. Yeah. Why don't you just act like real men and get out there and play in the rain?
Yeah.
Dorks.
Yeah, just get struck by lightning. Just do it.
Whatever. It's a wooden bat. It's not a metal bat.
Yeah, you're not wearing spikes. You're good.
Whatever. Get out there and be a man in the rain, in the lightning, and the tornadic activity and whatnot.
Yep.
It's one of the reasons that there will never be a team in Louisiana. First of all, we'll never support another professional franchise.
No.
And then how in the world do you have a stadium in Louisiana? Like, it's a bajillion degrees and it rains every day.
It's a bajillion degrees and it rains.
You'd have to build
every
like a multi-billion-dollar domed facility. It ain't happening. Never happened. All right, go Tigers. And who dat?
Yeah.
Thanks, Alondra. Moose Pauly back in studio. Thanks. Shout out Don Juan Cigar Bar and Pinnock Bourbon. See you Monday at 3.
After further review.
As we get on down the road, remind you about Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows door siding. Oh, yeah, they do shutters as well. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Love telling you about Relief Windows. But not as much as the Therios, because, man, those Theriot kids love to fire a remote through a window or a baseball through a window. And then what does Relief Windows do when you do that?
They come out and they fix it for free.
Yeah, they do. That is a true lifetime transferable warranty. Lots of companies can say that they have a warranty, but have they been around long enough to prove that they offer you a lifetime transferable warranty? Relief Windows has. Windows door siding, they do shutters as well. And one of the really cool things about Relief Windows, if you go into their showroom on Airline in Prairieville, they have 3D modeling. So if you're like me and you're visual and you want to see what the windows, the doors, the siding would look like, instead of just looking at like one little, one little demo strip, see the whole thing in a 3D model, you can do it at Relief Windows. So check them out online at ReliefWindows.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit LouisianaPropane.com.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Every winner knows a great play starts with a solid game plan and the right team by your side. At Sunshine, we're here to keep your operation running strong. From tractors to harvesters, we've got the John Deere equipment you need to tackle every job with confidence. Because when the work's done right, there's more time for the things that matter, like cheering on your favorite team. Make Sunshine Quality Solutions part of your playbook this season and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
Supreme Jasmine is premium American-grown rice. From local farms to your table, every grain is supreme. Pick up a bag of Jasmine or any other of our Supreme American rice.
Tiger Country is 100.7 The Tiger. In the car on 100.7 FM or on the 100.7 The Tiger app. 90s country and beyond. 100.7 The Tiger.